Yo, hello, hello. Hey guys, how you doing? What is going on, you gorgeous golden retrievers? Each one of you with a fine, lustrous coat. Rich. Like a 1970s model's haircut. Full of chicken and a range of other meats and jelly. In the wonderful dog bowl of a Mikey Mega Mega live stream. Hey, daytime hey, because of the lights. Let me just change that. Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, let's chill it down a bit. Yo, what's up, man? Sorry, my desktop's a bit jumbled. Give in, I won't give in until I'm victorious. Why would you do that right at the start of stream, bro? Why would you do that when I have barely sat down? Fuck. Geo, my dude, coming in strong and bold and powerful. Dude, Fenrir, I'm so tired, man. I was going to explain my day to you guys, but anyway, that's 5 push-ups. I'm going to sweat under the beanie. It's disgusting. I'm not doing them on camera. Geo, my dude. These 5 are for you. Geo, my dude. 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 It's like I'm fucking you. Geo, my dude. Babe, I'm so close. Geo, my dude. I didn't think that through. I thought saying your name would celebrate the fact that you gave me gift subs, and the moment I started doing it, it got weird. Guys, I am so tired today. The only reason I immediately did Adorable Suggestion is because I've run out of steam. I've been so tired all day, and it's just from sitting in front of the camera for a bit. Oh, I really want to be live tomorrow, and I really don't think I'm going to be. Guys, how are you? Oh, that window's open, thank Christ. Don't do exercise in a beanie. That's literally madness. Anyway, how are you? Need to start the stream on the right foot. Geo, thank you so much, man. Guys, Geo, my dude, has dropped 5 giftos. He's embiggened the citizenry of the Megaverse. And I'd barely started, landing on Classic Sam, Song Kyu-yor, Anyong, Tool Ikala, Tormentor 86, and Statistically Speaking, you gorgeous people can now download my art for free in Discord, access secret rooms, get bonus stuff. All thanks to the wonderful, warm generosity of Geo, my dude. Did you know that I used to live in the trenches of the First World War? For Russia, pushing into Europe, besmirching the French, threatening the Allies. We gave them the good rog, thanks to Geo, my dude, and others like him. Yeah, thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much, bro. How are you doing, anyway? Please, Geo, my dude, tell me about your day. Thank you so much for those gift subs, man. That is gorgeous. What is up? What is up, Kyle? Also, hello and much love. So, guys, basically, it's wonderful being back streaming, and we are streaming through this wonderful Christmas window. But I better take a day or 2 off before we actually hit Christmas, because all day today I've gotten out of bed, I've dieted, done a tiny, and like, honestly, when I say tiny, you don't understand. My body has to remember how to do exercise. So I'm like, just like a little circuit, 10 squats, 10 sits, 10 presses, 10 bells, 10 shrugs, 10 things, big break, maybe 10 more squats. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing, even, it's not even like groundwork yet. But I'm just pushing my way back into getting on the wagon. Not like an alcoholic. I might as well be, but for like exercise. But oh mate, it's taking its toll. It is taking its toll. I'm getting so exhausted. And today I just kept getting back into bed and reading my Kindle. And I was like, get out, Maggie. You need to set up OBS to do some book readings. And I was like, I'll do it live. They're used to me fucking up. I'll do it live. I'll work out the best microphone thing literally after we do some art. I'll sit you through it. So it's wonderful to be here. I enjoy it greatly. Please don't think I do. But oh, today you're going to have to bear with me. Anyway, hello there. How you doing? Welcome on in. Mr. Rowley, lovely to see you. Idum, welcome back for a little bit more of that magic. Adorable. Hey ho hos. Wait, are you saying hey ho ho like Merry Christmas? Or adorable, are you saying hey ho hos like we're a bunch of hoes? Anyway, I accept both. Sir Andre, how you doing? Sir Andre's liking all my tweets. Isn't he a lovely fella? If I ever want to know what Alice or Naru are up to, I turn on notifications on my live YouTube channel because they always leave random lovely messages on like a random Let's Play episode from like 2 years ago. It comes up in my little alerts and I'm just like, oh, thanks. Thanks for playing my videos. Ro, welcome back, big man. How you doing, man? Ro, what's going on today? Oh, good morning, Athena. Athena, I hope you're feeling just like, and look, I'm not going to linger on the topic, but Athena, I often find a sleep followed by a cup of tea and a biscuit just really helps my feelings sometimes. I'm not saying that I'm emotional, but I think you probably noticed I'm a bit food motivated. I hope you're feeling, well, look, you're still in the middle of it, but I just hope you're feeling a little bit better today. Welcome to book club. Are we going to seriously read Game of Thrones? Or shall I get my sword down and I'll reenact it instead like a stage play? Sir Raymar Royce faced off against the Ice Walkers. Come on then, show me your steel. And he showed great fortitude, and Chet was up in a tree, freezing. And then the bodies came back to life. Oh. Am I going to do a book reading, or are we going to do a one-man Game of Thrones stage play? The Mikey Mega Mega Game of Thrones one-man experience on tour. And I can add loads of sound effects to the stream deck. Blowing wind, scary noises, howling wolves. No, I must not. I must be good. I must be good. Anyway, Gio, my dude, you're so fucking handsome, man. Cheers, bro. Happy Friday, everybody. Everybody, happy Friday. You have made it to the end of your week. I'm proud of you. But, I don't know how much you guys are working through the Christmas window, what your schedules are, if you're like remote, having to go into a shop. But I hope you all get at least a little bit of breathing room. Me too, I just woke up like an hour ago. Oh, hell yeah. Good morning. That's the good morning guitar riff. Trenches of Converts. The Trenches of Coventry. Even worse. Is this Naruto? I spent my days in the trenches of the Somme. You LARPed your Santa Claus ass through Vietnam. Ooh, what is that from? I spent my days in the trenches of the Somme. You LARPed your Santa Claus ass through Vietnam. They had no Barretts in World War I or World War II. Oh, damn. Is it a garland then, Fenrir? Am I thinking... am I thinking of Garamb? Am I thinking of a Garamb? Is that what it's called? Hey, Woo Wisdom. How you doing, by the way? Fenrir's like, my immersion is destroyed. For a minute, Mikey, I closed my eyes and I was like, you are in the trenches. And then you had to go ahead and open your big fat mouth and destroy the immersion for me. I'm sorry, Fenrir. 10 sits, 10 bites, 10 lays, 10 sleeps. I like it. I like your method. All I did was write. Hey, fucking good for you, dude. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Yep. that is exactly. I can't even remember who famously said that semi-recently. But yeah. If you were actually food motivated, you'd be planning your next trip to Japan right now. Fenrir, I am not allowed to plan anything until after the 31st of January. Thank you very much. Well, if I do my taxes sooner, which I need to do, because I don't know what the new method to input them is. So ideally, I would like to get my taxes done either just before or just after New Year's. But I will take an entire day off. Okay, let's say by the 10th of January. But I have to do that because what I'm hoping, because obviously I've just had the year where they still think I'm making lots of money when I'm not. So I'm getting taxed really hard against earning nothing. So I'm really hoping that when I submit my taxes, they do the adjustment and I won't have to pay very much this year. Fingers crossed. Once I've got that out the way and we're finally synchronized, then I guess, yes, we are entering the time where I need to think about foreign food and the many enjoyments of going to get some. Fake food motivated, says Fenrir. Fake food prestige. Fake... Oh, fuck, what's it called? Fake loyalty. Fake valor. Stolen valor. Stolen food valor. Yes, let's get into that book. Make your own wind sounds. I'll loop it. It was Garand. It was Garand from the M1 Garand. I'm your firearms concierge. You are, man. You slipped into that slot long ago. I think the thing, Fenrir, I have actually viewed you like that for a long time. Long before you showed me pictures of your Vector, I just remember just something that made me giggle because we were having a conversation about different types of firearms and bullet calibers. And I remember not everybody agreed on what that meant. And it made me chuckle. It made me giggle, that did. Oh, thank you. I should drink some more tea. I've got a little touch of honey in mine today. I'm hoping... So basically, I kind of said this at the beginning of stream, but I will repeat myself now. Welcome on in, you gorgeous people. We're going to be just chilling, doodling. I want to draw something, but the focus of tonight will probably be trying to set up a nice, clean audio on my microphone. I'll fiddle with some towels and some coat hangers and stuff. And then we're going to do a bit of book reading, which may be fun or might be a big mistake. After we do some artwork. But I have been very tired this week with the diet. Exclamation mark tired. Let me do it for you. I've been sort of having to push, and I'm really coming to the end of my little window now, and I do need a day off. Mikey, the last day off you had was literally last Monday. Yeah, I know. I know. I had a bad reload, which was prone to closing whilst your thumb was still pushing the ammo into the built-in mag. Fuck. The discipline to hold on to money to pay taxes. It's more of a fear than a discipline. I don't know if that still counts. Stolen valor, thank you so much. Speaking of which, let's put on some sleep token in a minute and try to wake up. I could listen to this lo-fi a lot, and we will over Christmas. Is it... Actually, do you know what? I'm going to put Sleep Token on in a minute. I actually do still like listening to this lo-fi. I'll put it on when I get a tablet out. Mikey, your starting soon montage has reminded me. Did you know that you can't find the Ghost in the Shell live-action movie soundtrack anywhere? The Scarlett Johansson version. The soundtrack is so well done by Rupert Gregson Williams, and they haven't released it because it flopped. which I find bonkers. Sorry to rant, just really bugged me. No. That dude, if I don't know how many times you've heard me bitch about not being able to find music on Spotify. I'm there with you, mate. If I knew that a film had a really particular soundtrack that actually popped and discovered that it never got released, I too would be pepped. Are you sure it's not on YouTube? Like, honestly, the video platform is always the best place to find a soundtrack compared to any dedicated music platform. I'm sure you've looked here, but let me have a quick look myself. And I know
in 3 or 4 years.
Sorry, Jesus Christ, sorry, I was listening to On Her Majesty's Secret Service. A bit like, obviously you want the actual soundtrack. I don't want a fucking YouTube video, Mikey. I want the song. I know. Ghost in the Shell. Oh, it's Lorne Wolf. Wait, so what was your one? One sec. Rupert Gregson Williams. Dude, have you been searching under Lorne Wolf? Lorne is like a films, TV, and video games composer. Unless I've found the wrong thing. I won't play it for long because it's on YouTube, which means it will get recorded. But one sec. How are we doing? Dude, I think so obviously I do appreciate, dude, every now and then you'll get a film with two soundtracks. One is the electronic soundtrack and the other is the underlying score. So maybe you're after the score. Like, I'm found the soundtrack, but maybe you want the score? The YouTube ones were covers and anime stuff. Oh, fuck that shit. One sec. One sec, guys. Ghost in the... I'm going to search it a little bit differently maybe than you are. Ghost in the Shell. But Lorne, my boy Lorne. Oh, I think Lorne did. He's done loads of stuff. I can't remember what it was, but I remember, I think, just tweeting something at Oliver Harper, the retrospectives guy, and we talked about him, and then Lorne liked the conversation, and it's like, he's listening. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. Yeah, it's not licensed in England, dude. I've found the album on Spotify, but I don't think it's the official album. I think somebody has manually made a playlist to match the album, but all of the songs are grayed out from me. I can't actually click on any of them. You might be able to in America. Can I drag and drop the title into chat? If you're in another country, guys, let me know if you can open this Spotify and hear this song. Yeah, no, oh yeah, I'm familiar with the anime, mate, for sure. Kenji Kawai. Okay, sorry guys. Oh, sorry Fenrir. Yo, 90% grayed out in the US as well. Alright, let me go back to this one on YouTube really quickly. So, there's a whole conversation to be had about the Ghost in the Shell movie. I am not going to have that conversation right now. What I will say is that you could pause that film at almost any point and it looks cool as fuck. I will say that. March 31st, 2017. Dude, I mean, look, this is not what you want. This is literally a playlist of separate songs. So it's not going to fully meet your needs, but dude, this is what I found. I don't know if you've already found this. Sorry if I'm preaching to the converted. I'm on Mexico. Most of the playlist is not available. It's grey for you as well. I'm curbing Curb Your Hateasm. It's my new TV show. I'm not going to bitch about Spotify today. I just anyway, Ro, your frustrations have been my frustrations. Please know I understand. Have you been playing any more Path of Exile? Fenrir, you were here when I got a cheeky hour in yesterday. I don't know if you're here for it before I moved over to Resident Evil. So I did the second tomb, bro. I did the second tomb, did the lady. Turned out the guy that put me on that mission had been dead the whole time, spoiler alert, and hadn't realised it. He'd sixth sensed himself. He'd done a Bruce Willis. So then he started freaking out and turning into a giant ghoul. So I had to deal with him as well. I haven't gone to the village yet, but no, yeah. Anyway, what about you, man? Like, you obviously revitalized your save. Back when I first started playing it at a weekend, you were at level 11, right? You've been pushing and upgrading. I will bitch with you about anything. Just let me know. Yo, if you got my back for bitching, cheers, bro. I try to limit my topics that I complain about to a maximum of 2 per stream. Because sometimes I do notice, like, I like to think like I'm a relatively friendly guy, but sometimes, like, if I get into it, I start to bring a bit of negative energy. It's not what I want to do. Nitro Alpha, how you doing, man? What's good? Also, Toxic Meraki. Hello there, you gorgeous people. Welcome in. We are going to take it super easy today. I'm so fucking tired, bro. We're going to do a little bit of doodling. We are going to do a little bit of drawing. I'm going to get my tablet up here right now. But then, guys, look what came in the post. Look what I got. The full Game of Thrones book collection. Technically an incomplete series, but this is a full set of books. There are 5 books here. It's just 2 of them are split into 2 parts for publication and printing. And I got this so like look, it's all taped up on the side. I got this second hand from a hospice charity, which probably means the person who owned this before me has sadly passed away. So it is my moral responsibility to get the most out of these books and really enjoy them in memory of whoever had them before. But the reason why I'm saying that is because I got all these books for 20 fucking quid. This is my Christmas present to myself and a fucking bargain. 20 quid for the full set. Not only that, this is the nice set. If you look on Amazon now, you can buy the Game of Thrones book set, but all the books are black with ugly symbols, and they've got loads of, like, pictures of fire round the end, like a Guy Fieri t-shirt. Yeah, I did remember his name. I've said this before. They've got pictures of, like, it's just flavor because they're trying to promote the House of the Dragon. It's such an ugly set of books. So I hopped on eBay and yeah, we got the really fucking nice one. And look, it's really good quality. It's mate, it's perfectly fine for secondhand. So anyway, we're going to be reading later tonight. The first, maybe like, I don't know how long they are. The chapters might be actually really fucking long. I might have run out of steam. But I would really like to read the prologue and ideally chapter 1 of Game of Thrones, book 1. I'm not going to just sit here and do it and ignore chat. We'll read like sections of a chapter, have a quick chat, read more sections, have a quick chat. So that like it's actually interactive and interesting. I don't know. I actually haven't thought how we're going to do it, and I haven't worked on a format, and I haven't worked on the audio. Because I was so tired today. But we'll worry about it in a minute. So yeah, good. Things are good. Bro. I can't actually click on any of them. You might be able... That's like I'm playing the soundtrack. God, it's like somebody put the anime on. Perfect. Thanks for clipping. Wonderful. Anyway, Toxic Maker, Nitro, welcome on in. Did I see the gorgeous Lady Lauren Green? Bucket of tea, Lauren. It's tea time. It's Tia Time, Lauren. How you doing? Lauren, are you tired? I'm tired. How are you? Magnus Deus is the only person I've found who's attempted to remix and recreate it. The soundtrack. Tormentor, I see you over there saying thank you for the gift sub. Handsome, that is. That's good handsomeness. I like it. Grey in Canada as well. Damn. That's a steal. Wait, that's my set. Woo, are you a ghost? Hey, Tommy. How you doing, man? Welcome on in, dude. Tommy, mate, I'm so fucking tired. How you doing, man? I don't think I've ever experienced not being tired. Lauren, you lie in bed and then get up, and you lie in bed and then sit up. If we're lucky, your legs hoik over the end so that you can sit at your computer for some gaming, and then you just get quietly drunk in your house. I think that's why I like you, Lauren. You stay inside and you drink. Girls like that I turn into my friends. Evening, Snow Forest Crow. How you doing? Evening, Legend. Yo, Dean, what's good, bro? Huge thank you for hopping on my stream today. No. Cheers for streaming, man. It kept me entertained. Also, I was just bustling around in the kitchen. It's so hard talking into the void. Dude, I noticed that you kept it up. Not that you need to hear my feedback, dude. But the entire time you were playing Battlefield, you were just like rolling through, chatting, describing it, talking about the battle, what you're up to. Mate, you're doing great. Appreciate the effort on it. No. Happy to pop in, man. And who's that other bro? Dad of 5. Yeah, he was chill as well, wasn't he? Toxic. Anyway, I'm saving up money to get a Huey on Canvas 22 Plus. Well, Toxic, allow me to talk to you about my Huey on Canvas 19. Which I don't know if the drivers work, because I've noticed they've been getting a bit funny lately, but let me just... Here she is, come to save the day, What's her name? Where's she from? Is she here? Has she gone? Huey on. They paid me to sing that. God, I'm gonna say this a lot because I really need you guys to believe it. But like, I am unusually tired today. Today has been a struggle. I've been making myself do tasks. Sacred Haze, hey there, man. Sacred Haze is the name of the black market shop where I buy pizza sometimes. The best thing about tired artists is they draw like shit, thus making me superior. Ah, you are a digital artist in a competitive market. Because the only way to get ahead is with slander. Sacred Haze, I actually say the same thing. There are two ways to be an online artist and to get ahead of the competition. Way number one is to improve at your own craft and regularly build a community and a following with consistent good work. Way number two is to start a rumor about other digital artists with a similar audience to you. Like that time... Dizzy Cower put a kitten in a bin. She was caught on camera. She stroked it and then she put it in a bin and shut the lid. Get that trending on Twitter. Get her cancelled. All of a sudden there's less people like me left. All of a sudden, less competition. Mikey percolates to the top. Absolutely. I believe in that wholesale. Mikey, did you like the Christmas pinup? Oh, fuck, Livy. Sorry, Livy, I was catching in my inbox And then I literally just zoned out. I didn't even unfucking blur it. One sec. By the way, thank you for sharing. I'm aware that it's in there, but I just, oh mate, it just brain farted out the other end of my head. Let me unspoil this. Oh, when you say wrapped like a present. Now, Livy, your preferences are showing. I can't help but notice she's kneeling in what would be the ready position. If you happen to be familiar with dom and sub courtship, except her hands are tied behind her back. she's pre-ball gagged. She's not hands up ready. I like it a lot. I like it a lot under the tree. That's actually really good. The way the contrast is really hard on her face in shadow under the hood really draws the eye, and your eye line follows the S of the highlight up the red leather or latex. All right, really fucking good work. All right, sweet. Thank you very much for sharing. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Again, I'm so tired today, mate. Let's give a big shout out to Dizzy Cower. They were last seen putting a kitten in a bin? What? I believe it. One of the nicest streamers on a platform who cared for her ill old cat for over a year, where most wouldn't. You think you kind of know somebody, don't you? And then something super random can happen. Like, there'll just be a story about what they did with a pet who got ill or something. And you're just like, oh. I sat next to a lady at work who loved her cat. It was her and her cat in her flat. And in order to, like, just kind of, like, get out more and get back on it, because she was, like, maybe in her 50s, she got a little dog, a little terrier. And that terrier was a menace. And it kept attacking her cat. And she'd had the cat for years. And she'd had the terrier for about 4 months. And she was like, well, the dog brings me more joy because I have to take the dog for a walk and that's good for me. So she gave the cat to a shelter. And I remember just casually sort of explaining this. And I was just sitting next to her working and I was just like, oh. Okay. Interesting. Interesting world, isn't it? To be fair, she didn't act like it was an easy decision. Just to give her credit, she did not act like it was an easy choice. Like she was just talking about doing the shopping. But she was like, they're fighting. It's really bad. I had to make a decision. So I went with the dog because the dog brings me more joy. So like, I don't want to make her sound like a Satan robot. But I still viewed her in a slightly different light after that. It's okay. Livy's fucking awesome. Mikey mugged an old lady in his village. That's why he's tired. Yeah, man, they struggle. I was like, look, I'm still strong. I haven't done exercise for about 4.5 years. I don't know where we are, but it's a lot. So I remember being healthy, but it turns out my body doesn't. So I was like, no, I can still snatch a handbag from an old woman. Mate, old women have bony grip. Mate, she turned that into a struggle. I was worn out. She nearly had me at one point. She got me pinned. But I rolled her over and snatched her Game of Thrones book set. By the way, for anyone who's just coming in, before we do some drawing, look what I got. Look what I got. I got all the Game of Thrones books for 20 quid second hand. Fucking banging. Hell yeah. So what I actually have is I have all of Game of Thrones on here. But by buying a copy of the books, I am morally in the clear for having also acquired a copy of the books for my Kindle. So this way, like, you know, I'm like legally fine. Anyway. Damn hotness. Mikey, I was wondering, are you a cat person? Yeah, Athena, I am. I've had many, not me, but like I've lived with dogs on a number of occasions growing up, and love them. And I would ideally, I would like both cats and a dog. Like a relatively like big dog as well, just to like proper like turn all my exercise and into like a fucking like massive like walk run play. But what my soul yearns for deep down is another cat. And it probably should be 2 cats so that they keep each other company. But I had a cat called Fave because she was my favorite. And when I was and she lived for 27 years. Her and her sister both died within a year of each other. I don't want to get into it because I'll cry. But she was my best friend in the whole fucking world. And I yearn for another cat. The only reason I don't have another cat right now is because I need to go travel to Japan with Fenrir and eat delicious food and like tour Thailand and have some fun holidays. Then come back, settle down and have some cats. Maybe try to get a girlfriend, but mostly about the cats. People often love right up until it becomes inconvenient. That's when you know the real ones. Maybe the woman and the dog should be put in the shelter and the cat gets housed. Yeah, man. Good guy, Pyro. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so, well, look, she had to do what was right for her. I can't believe Mikey went 4 rounds. And mate, I would be gassed after. There's no way I could beat a granny. Right now, I mean, ask me again in 6 weeks and I'll be like, I'll fuck her up. There is no way right now that I could go for 4 rounds toe-to-toe with anyone, including a granny, without being so gassed that she couldn't pin me. 3 minutes on, 1 minute off. 3 minutes on, 1 minute off. I don't have that in me, mate. I don't have that in me. That sounds like a nice find. It's from a hospice charity. Oh my fucking god, I nearly choked on my tea. Now, I know you're not British, obviously. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most fantastic women to have ever graced this platform, mother, creator, traveler, Nagasaki, blast from the past, hero of the people. Nagi, how the fuck you doing, dude? Nagi. Now, obviously, Nagi, I know you had your because I vaguely remember from Discord or something, but like you've sort of gone off and you've lived your life. You're in the post-Twitch part of your happiness, and I hope it's been fucking treating you beautifully. Sorry, let's get to a good bit. Oh my god, how long's this song? Britannia rules the waves. Hello, Nagasaki, how are you doing today? Hello, Nagasaki, how are you today? How are you today, dude? Damn. Sorry, I haven't actually read anything you're saying in chat. One sec. Damn, he swallowed my fucking tea. Right, one sec. I'm just trying to get a song radio. Be careful. Hey, dude. Great, thank you, love. I've been back to streaming, dear, but casually. Good. I feel like casual's good for you. Not that I'm gonna mansplain your life and choices. I mean, I would hope that you swallowed your tea. Well, Nagi, that's how I show I love you, right? Joke. Well, it depends if you want to. Look, Nagi, look, I know how to keep a partner. I know how to put on a show. If you want me to make it look like there's so much I'm choking, I can do that. Let's just have a conversation. If you want me just to be like a good boy and swallow, I can do that when it comes to cups of tea. I'm flexible, I'm open. Anyway, Nagi, lovely to see you, dude. So, yo, you're back. You're back to a casual bit of streaming, eh? Nagi, look, hey, maybe you've just popped in for a hello, because you're sort of like, you know, let's get back into Twitch. Let's see what the old faces are up to. So I won't bother you too much. Yo, where, roughly, in the world are you, dude? You best be getting ready, Mikey. In 2026, we're going to be doing some Thai boxing. Fenrir, I still have my fucking pants. My Thai boxing shorts somewhere. I don't know if they fit me anymore. But I've still got my club gym. I'm from the Black Line boxing school, dude. My style of Thai boxing is Sing Dam Muay Thai, Black Line. From the world champion, Mick Dempster. Google Mick Dempster. Thai boxing champion. And his particular school of fucking elbows, grapples, knees. Mate, I fucking used to live for rolling my elbows at people. Oh. And guess what, Fenrir? None of that will be on display. All of that is a memory that's in my head, but no longer in my body or my muscles or my cardio. But damn, I think if I wore my shorts to a Thai gym, they'd beat me up. I'll just wear I'll wear swimming trunks. For king and country. For England, James. For England, I dumb. That's what I call a workout goal. Fuck yeah. I'm in Australia. I've been here for over a year. Nagi, I didn't realise you were still there. I remember you went to visit mates and stay with them for a bit. And that was like kind of like the last time I think we were like in touch and just seeing what we were up to. Dude, did you visit your friends, come back and then go back? Or are you still there from all the way then? Were you like, I'm going to go visit and stay with friends in Australia? And you were like, oh yeah, this'll do nicely. I never left. Hey, I'm glad. Oh, it's Perma. Oh, wait, are you pushing for citizen? Oh shit, dude, well I hope it's treating you beautifully. Oh, fuck, man. Did you say sit down Thai boxing? I was born for sit down Thai boxing. I actually love that. A niche martial art, not for people who want to fight and get healthy, but for unhealthy people who remember back when they could fight and were healthy, for people like me. Welcome to Mikey Mega Mega's sit down Thai boxing course. Everyone pop in your Mikey Mega Mega DVD, sit in your chair. Remember, guys, jab, jab, cross, roll those elbows, and then like when we have interclub matches, it's two office wheelie chairs and the gym leader grabs the back of the chair and they both roll you into the middle and you just roll up to your opponent and just start going at each other. Sit down Thai shadow boxing. Yeah, that's what we were doing. That was the shadow boxing section of the sit down Thai boxing course. I'm a master of Wang Fu. Is that when you spin and slap your ding dong after it goes, like you get it up and then you start like slapping it? A lot of upper arm work. Yeah, well, you don't want to be working the thighs and quads. That'll burn too much energy. This isn't for getting fit. This is for remembering. I have a job. I'm doing mountain biking, rock climbing, hiking. Oh, you're out there living. Oh, you're living your life, Nagi. We don't do that around here. Just doing lots of fun stuff outside. It's been great. Who would have thought? Nature is so healing. Wrong. Yeah, take that rhetoric somewhere else. Thank you very much. I think what you meant to say, Nagi, is that you yearn to be stuck in a room in front of a camera for 6 days a week. You miss it. You miss the strange psychological headspace, the online eternal suffocation of having to stream to an online audience. Rock climbing. Every time, mate, I bet every time you pull yourself over a ledge and look at the view, you're just like, I wish I was live streaming. Every time you see a sunrise after a hike, I wish I was having to keep up in Discord. Living your life. I don't know about you, Nagy. You've changed. You've changed, girl. Nagy, that's awesome. I'm so pleased to hear it, mate. Sorry if I'm shouting, dude. I'm just so surprised and happy to see you. But that will calm down and it will wear off. Guys in chat who are basically just a little bit newer than the old crowd. Nagasaki over here is one of the actual old school. She was streaming before I was on this platform and was just such a fucking friendly, welcoming, creative individual from way back in the day. The only other people who are still on and doing that is like Dizzy, Tofu. I don't know if Sims was streaming when I started. I kind of think maybe he gets started a bit after. There's very few of us left from the old guard. Man, I just want to talk about Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy now, saying old guard. I'm happy to see you too. Don't worry, Nagy, it'll wear off. It'll pass. I can wang through 3 feet of solid paper. I can't remember the guy's name. There's a Japanese 80s exploitation samurai film. It's like Hands Over Razor or Hands Over Snare. And it was like a little bit of a rip on like Lone Wolf and Cub and stuff. But basically he was just like some big samurai guy. Like he trained his meat. So you never saw anything, obviously, because it was like a series of films. But like you'd just see him slapping. You'd see him standing there with his shirt off. The camera would be like here. But you just hear like... And then after he'd be done, the camera would go down and there'd be like a block of wood where he's been slapping his ding-dong against it. And the wood's got like this massive cucumber-shaped dent in it. Because like he trained himself to like interrogate women by shagging. Do you know what? Maybe I should stop telling you about my collections. Check how high up this mountain we've gotten, chat. Oh my god. Spirit, no. I was a workaholic. I mean, look, whatever works for you. But so Nagy, obviously, I have a very narrow perception of you. But in the most friendly way possible. But you know, through the lens of a live streamer and like, you know, just chats and banter. But you did work really fucking hard all the fucking time. So whatever you're up to now, mate, I hope it's put you in a lovely place. I'm caught up with... Yeah, mate, look at me. Nagy, what we do is we try not to encourage new people anymore. I try to keep the crowd low. And now I can read the bottom of chat. I'm consistent. I'm regular. Anyway. Cool. Way to go. Oh, Cooper!
Almost forgot to Jeb Bezos sub.
Cooper, you nearly gave Jeff Bezos $5 for Christmas. He doesn't need it, mate. He's a trillionaire. But fortunately, you remembered, and you made sure that money went to me. Thank you so much, man. Love a bit of Primo. Copa, how's your day going? By the way, how is everybody's lineup for Christmas? What are you all up to? What's the energy? Are you working through Christmas? Are you looking for jobs for Christmas? Are you taking Christmas off? I'm doing very well these days. I've reversed much of my health stuff. Hey, good on you, good on you. Oh, she's stuck in an advert. Everyone, we'll wave at Nagy. I'll see you on the other side. Other side of the ad. Oh, do you recognise this track? Glass by Blood Culture. It's been a good day. Going to be a hectic week. Christmas has snuck up on me, and everything is expected. But that was expected. It's going to be a good one regardless. Oh, sweet. Do you have much family, dude? Looking for jobs for Christmas. Great way to make it instantly dystopian. Sorry, man, but that's how it be. What do you want for Christmas? A job, Santa? Have you guys seen that, skit? Where, before he got captured, Osama bin Laden, back when he was in hiding, spent an entire year hiding in a cave in Pakistan. And because he was mostly in hiding, for that year in particular, he was good. So he got on the nice list on Santa's lists. He went off the naughty list. He went onto the nice list, obliging Santa to give him presents. Do you know, why am I even bringing it up? Haven't heard it in a fat minute. I'll give it a little like so I can come back to this playlist. Now. Art. Yes, sorry, guys, come, let's do some doodling before we do some book reading. Oh, hey. Let's turn off some of these layers, shall we? Wunderbar, wunderbar. I'm going to bring up this Danny one from ages ago. Just so you guys have something to look at in the corner. I don't want to put on the slideshow all the time. I'll give you guys like a sketch to look at. Because I like... Well, not a sketch, obviously. But I'll give you a black and white illustration. Because I'm going to be working black and white anyway. And just doing some doodles. So Danny can go there. As you can see, it's been a bit of a... I haven't actually, in my own time, sat down and done some dedicated warming up. I'm so sorry. It's just been whatever we've been sketching whilst chatting on stream. Not the best way in the world to bring it all together and get back in the art flow. I need to have like an, in my own time, isolated headspace. Think about what I want to draw and what we're up to and where we're at. But until then, let's just do a little bit of a... Warmsies. Hey, Nagy, how you doing, man? Nagy, I will be real. I can't remember what I was saying 3 minutes ago. But hey, all. And also, super dope. So, Nagy, what are you doing for Christmas? Well, over here, Mikey. Christmas is in summer. All right, mate. Calm down. Over here, Mikey, we call it the Grand Kangaroo Tree. Alright, way to make it all about you, mate. You're working through Christmas. Fuck! Nothing new, really. Aye. So, Nagy, casual is great, but do you happen to have, like, a more likely day that you would casually be in the mood to be streaming? Like, what are the chances of catching you? Because just recently, I have... for the 500th time in my life, reset my sleep pattern, which is a truth that lasts for about 3 weeks. But it means when I wake up in the morning, I often catch the Australian streamers at the end of their night. You've got a big extended family. Oh, that's cool, man. If anybody is in need of a job in the States... the US Postal Service hires tons of locations. Government health benefits are a plus. Hope you all have a good Christmas, and I hope anyone hunting for a job finds what they need. Yeah, same, man. Yo, cheers for the heads up, though. Aww. Is it true that Lord of the Rings is a Christmas movie? Technically, I don't think so. But... I heard that when they actually form the Fellowship and leave Rivendell, that's like canonically at the end of December or something? Shadowfax, Lord of Horses. Between Monday to Wednesday. But I'm a day ahead in most time zones. Yeah, your Monday night is my Monday morning. Oh dear. I'm not allowed to think too much. I can't do math in my head. I have an allergic reaction. Your Monday night might be my Monday morning. One of my mods is Australian. She never got better. So I try to keep that in mind. Lord of the Rings is an every month movie. I agree. We will, of course, be honouring tradition this year. Once again, I will be streaming through Christmas and to New Year's. And once again, I hope to be doing that by either... Now, I actually want to do both. But basically, and Fenrir, the reason why I haven't said this to you is because it falls across Christmas and I don't want to fuck with your time plans. But what we usually do is I do some Lego and we play The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Mostly Lord of the Rings, but we did The Hobbit last year as well. And we're probably going to do exactly the same thing this year. I'm going to do some Lego whilst playing Lord of the Rings. I'm also a little bit tempted to play Dune Awakening again. But much like the Lego... Well, don't tell them. Shh. This is between us. This is a secret. Much like when I do the Lego stream, in the corner of the stream, we have a little... we have a little window that plays the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but shh, that's... I would never do that. Look, you wouldn't download a Peter Jackson movie. You wouldn't steal a car. About 12 or 1 your time. Damn, yeah, Nagy, look, not that you care, not that it matters. But I will share anyway. I'm waking up at 8 at the moment, and because I'm also on a diet again, I'm watching my calories. I'm so tired in the evening. I am struggling to stay conscious by 11 o'clock. They're getting me, Nagy. They're getting to me. I'm on... Oh, hey, Pixie. I'm on mute for a moment because I'm out and about, but I wanted to get my streak. Pixie, my boy. By the way, Tank Draw. Hey, dude. Sorry if I missed you. How you doing? And Ink Tie. Sorry if I missed you. How you doing? Tsunade. Lego, Lego. Lego indeed. Good for you, father. I've been waking up about 5 a.m. every day. Wait, do you work on a farm? I'll try to stream earlier soon. Just no. Be yourself. Stream yourself. Be the hours you seek. Nagy, merry upcoming fucking Christmas, Nagy. Damn. Naga fucking Saki. Yeah, let's do some really shitty warm-up sketching. Literally like this. However, I do have a commercial licensed series of pose reference packs. So as soon as I paid for them, I might as well open them for my little warmsies. Whilst we're here, I'm going to slide you over to Victoria. Oh my god, Fenrir, fuck! Fuck, I forgot about the light for June. I forgot about the June patch update stream. Does anybody know how long that was? We might watch that now. Not now, but we might watch that tonight. I might make that the last thing I do before I go to bed. We're going to do a little bit of art and we're going to do some reading. The reading is either going to be relatively quick or it's going to actually be a rigmarole and take all night long. But if I've got some beans left in me and it's not 12 PM, I would actually like to look at that patch update stream. They can't have that much to update. Fake fan. Mikey, have you tried Return to Moria? No? No? I've never heard of it. Return to Moria. Oh, wait, is that the Gollum game? You need to play it with me. It's a blast. Oh, shit, is it multiplayer? Have you been playing any good games lately? No, just with people's emotions. Return... One sec, mate. Oh, dude, I remember do you know what? I think I've seen a trailer to this. I remember that they were making it, and then I never heard anything about it ever again. Is it like a dwarf dungeon survival builder? I don't know, mate, I don't know what I'm looking at, I'm gonna be honest. I like the idea of a survival crafter, but instead of crafting, you're digging. Yeah, multiplayer on Steam. It's rad. Oh shit, I'll keep it on my I'll keep my eye on it. Fellowship of the Ring released on December 19th. The Two Towers on December 18th. Return of the King December 17th. They all released on the same weekend across the years. Damn. Maybe it is a bit Christmassy. It's the dwarf game. I just tried Dune 2 for the DOS. For the DOS! Hilarious game. Oh, damn. I've gone... Is that like a bit Command and Conquer-y? The Funcom livestream was 3 hours long. I mean, like, at least an hour of that is fluff, right, dude? It's just like interviews and wandering rigmarole. There's maybe 45 minutes to an hour of actual information. Now, normally I'd be like, I don't care, I will watch it. But I feel like I'm still living in the post Games Award 3.5 hour shadow. Do you know what I mean? Like the shadow of the Games Award and sitting through 3.5 hours of that, it still falls upon me. We'll see. I'll let's be real, there's probably about... Do you know what? If they've put loads of new content, they said they did a load of stuff. Like, the only thing I'd heard is that literally they said they'd added a load of stuff to help you reach endgame by different methods. Don't know what the fuck that means. See if I can find some highlights. Oh, what a bro. Dune 2 is like StarCraft, but Dune flavored. I've not played StarCraft, I'm so sorry. But I do remember some real FMVs of like other fighters and a dogman. We're going to stay awake. This is looking so good for book reading. I'm definitely 100% going to be reading a book tonight. I'm not at all going to run out of steam in 45 minutes and go to bed. Everything is great. Everything's great. Don't check. Reference folders. Right, I'm going to move you guys' chat over to here. There were RTS. Return to sender. Model pose packs. Casual poses indie extended commercial license. Go on in. You guys aren't going to see anything, are you, unless I turn my pencil up? Age of Empires, similar to that. I'm so sorry, dude. I've never played any of those like evolve and build things, like city builder stuff. My only real foray into that has been a bit of a niche one. A medieval village building game called Manor Lords. But I've never done the big ones of like civilizations and empires and things. But I'm down for it. Actually, do you know what? If we're gonna, well, no, sorry, Total War is a war game. It's not a civilization building game. But we've got a range of options. Oh, it drops into like a acoustic gig. All the old Dune games were made by Westwood. Tim Westwood, the UK DJ, who played DMX all the time. Arr, arr, arr. Yo, how we doing, North London? Arr, arr, arr. How we doing, Brixton? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Polar tradies, I can't hear y'all. Polar tradies, make noise. Benny Gesserit on the line, on the New York Transit line. If my bloodline goes on track, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, big face. Da 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 da, ow, ow, da 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 da. All the tradies, I can't hear y'all. All the tradies, make noise. Westwood Studios, damn. Sorry, Fenrir, you don't deserve that. I'm sorry. Real-time strategy. Sorry. Old Dune was a bit closer to Total War. I do vaguely remember a Command and Conquer old Dune game. But it was before my time, before my interest. Before I discovered Dune. I was a David Lynch boy before I'd read the books. Like, I literally just fell so hard in love with that film. I was like, this is so fucking weird. I love it. I can't stop watching it. And one day I was watching it at uni. And just like a friend's friend came over and she brought her boyfriend with him. Just this random dude. And he was like, yo, you're watching Dune. And he was like, I was like, yeah, I love it. It's so fucking weird. And he was just like, trust me, read the books. So it wasn't until like my second or third year at uni where I finally actually like, because I was like, I love Dune, and I tried reading the first book when I was a kid in like secondary school, and I was just like, this isn't for me. I was just far too young for it. And then like I read it at uni, sorry, I've been read it. Yeah, I read it at uni, and I was just like, oh shit. And by the time I'd gotten round to having an office job, years and years later in my 20s, I was able to quote most of the film by rote. And then I was watching because I'd watched the movie so much, I'd like, it was like have you ever seen A Book of Eli? It's a post-apocalyptic movie with Denzel Washington. He's a guy who remembered the Bible so that it could get rewritten. I'm like that, but with the script for Dune. And I ended up watching it so much, I had to start watching it in French, just so that, like, I could learn something I didn't know. So I started learning the script in French. Not that I can speak French. Just because I already had it down so much in English. Down! And then shortly after, I got a girlfriend, and all of that died off. Book of Eli was so insanely good. May I just remember so vividly, specifically when they go to the house with the old couple. It's like, ooh, I found some meat. How lucky! And it's got Dumbledore, I think, with his big rumbly voice. Which one? The house with the old couple with the shotgun and the trap at the front. I'm not a fan of Mila Kunis or Denzel, but it was such an excellent film. I sort of kind of agree in that I think Mila Kunis is like fine in, like, say, rom-com. And I haven't really, like, because she's such a gorgeous, obviously, lady. But I haven't massively appreciated her in much else. Is it Forgetting Sarah Marshall? I used to think that she was really good in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, because I was like, oh yeah, isn't Mila Kunis lovely in that? If you watch Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I'm going to say something that's going to decode that entire movie. Because I was like, oh, Mila Kunis is nice in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I fancied her. I'll tell you why. It's because they turn her into a subconscious male fantasy. And what I mean is, if you actually watch that film, half of the movie is just the guy talking, and there's long, lingering shots where Mila Kunis says nothing. She's just lit like an angel, staring at the dude, smiling, or finding him funny, which is every man's fantasy, to be able to just chat shit and for a hot girl to find you funny. So I was like, wait a minute, is Mila Kunis good in that? Or actually, does she barely have any dialogue? And the whole thing, all the shot setups for the whole narrative are designed to make you like her. And how do they make you like her? They make it so that she doesn't say anything and she's really into the loser. I was like, God damn it, they gamed me. Anyway. What am I getting at? Anyway, yeah, so basically, dude, I'm aware that Mila Kunis is in it, but I actually don't remember her at all. She's so forgettable. Now, what I really wanted to ask you, dude, is you're not a fan of Denzel. I have a very particular opinion of Denzel Washington. I think as a fella, I quite like him. However, I am of the opinion that he has, and I'm not even saying this is a bad thing, but I'm saying that Denzel Washington has no range whatsoever. He's got about as much range as Ana de Armas. Ana de Armas is gorgeous. I love her. And she's really, really good and charismatic in the narrowest range of roles in the world. And if you ever try to get her to push herself as an actress, she does not have it in her. I'm so sorry to say that, because I really do think she's wonderful. I do think she worked really hard in the John Wick movie. I'm not trying to take that away from her. She certainly seemed like she was willing to get physical, which is obviously really cool. So respect for that. But despite how much I love her, I can't pretend that I think she's good. So what I'm getting at is that Denzel Washington plays the exact same version of himself in every movie. If you've seen him in that crime movie where he's a police officer, and it's got the guy who hides in the wall, or the ones where he's like an ex-vet who kills Russians to save little girls, mostly Chloe Grace Moretz, or the one where he's the police investigator, or the one where he's a 1970s gangster. He plays it all exactly the same. She was so good in Bad Mums and Black Swan. I've not seen Bad Mums, and I actually can't remember her in Black Swan. I remember that as a Padme movie. Didn't I think some people very unkindly said that Bad Swan was such a well-written movie, it tricked people into thinking Natalie Portman was a good actress. Which I think that's really unkind. But it does make me giggle. Bad Mums is pretty funny. Oh yeah, okay, I'm down for that. Agreed, he's always Denzel Washington in every movie. I mean, I kind of almost respect that he brings that kind of power, because it means like people only want him for roles where he already fits that slot. He's worked the system to make sure the roles that he's offered are ones where he's him. He's got more range than Seth Rogen. Woo, I have seen Pineapple Express, and I can't remember it. I think that might be the only Seth Rogen movie I've actually watched. He's a... That's every Seth Rogen movie. Bridesmaids. Is Bridesmaids the one where they all get diarrhea and they're pooping in the sink? I actually can't remember that very well, but I will happily rewatch that movie. I remember laughing really hard at that. It was like really cringe in some bits. Bridesmaids. Fuck, I forgot. Do you know what? I don't think people claim that Seth Rogen is a great actor. It works for me with Walken. Denzel is boring to me. Ah, fascinating. I don't know if I fully commit to agreeing with you, but I completely understand where you're coming from. Walken kind of grew into a meme of, like, into a self-parody. Which kind of like had me so fascinated when it came out that he was playing Emperor Shaddam. I was like, because Denis Villeneuve has a vision, I was just like, what is that vision for this film? I was so curious. But I think Walken plays what is essentially a thoroughly demasculated man that still is threatening to people outside of his inner circle. I thought he did that quite well. He doesn't have much screen time, but his kind of poise and his energy was pretty solid. Like, I'm used to Emperor Shaddam being the Emperor Shaddam that's described in the books. Dangerous, self-controlled, unpredictable. Emperor Shaddam was offered a woman so beautiful, it was like a perfect gift. And he appraised her and basically said, she is indeed too lovely. And he gave her to someone else as a display of his level of self-control as emperor. Because he's like an imperial man, a military man. Walken plays it very, very different. But we also view him differently. We see him from his own inner sanctum, basically surrounded by women telling him how to live and what to do. Kings of New York. I've not watched that all the way through, but I've seen a few clips. Seth Rogen's whole gimmick is unfunny joke followed by motor stalling noises, or a weed joke followed by motor stalling noises. Damn. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. Oh, is he in the Mario movie? No, you don't. Not the laugh. Crazy to say, but when she was most people's first crush, when the Star Wars prequels came out. I know we literally had this conversation the other day. I had a crush on Natalie Portman even earlier than that. I had a crush on her when she was, and allow me just to prefix this by saying I was the same age when I fancied her. But I had a crush on her when she was a kid in Leon. I properly fell in love with Natalie Portman back then. I was like, oh, she could come stay with me if her family got killed by corrupt police. I'd look after her and we could play Sega together. My friend's got road rash on the Master System. I'd be friends with Natalie Portman. She could sleep in my bedroom. I totally fell for her. I know. I truly, like, she was probably one of my earliest I'm actually falling in love. But, you know, pre-puberty when it's, like, innocent. Leon! Chris Pratt being Mario should piss you off more. Everyone loves Chris Pratt unless they Google how badly he abused his dogs back in the day. Domicles, how you doing? I read about you in Greek literature. What's good? When making emotes on Twitch, what canvas size should be drawn on? I am not an emote illustrator, so I'm kind of... My answer is not a good answer. I'll tell you what I would do, Domicles. One of two things. I would either start 500 by 500, working in a massive brush, and then size it down and see if the detail holds, or I would work 100 by 100 and zoom in. However, if anybody in chat happens to be an emotes artist or has worked on that before, please do call me out if that is not how it's done. He remembered the movie. I'm proud of you. It's a rare one, Fen. That's for honey and the tea tonight. I had to honey myself up, dude. I was like, I'm fighting today. I'm fighting the war. I'm going to put a little bit of sweet in my business. Yo, David. What's up, man? Agreed. I was 11 when Leon the Professional came out. Mate, dude. So that was like in a window where there was... So for me, there's like a... I want to say vintage now because it's the 90s. For me, I have like in my head that as a double bill. Ronin and Leon the Professional are two different movies of different things, but they both have a very specific written 90s energy. I would say start with Ronin because that's a clever one, because it's like a spy action thriller. And then slip into Leon because by then you're a bit more tired. You've probably been drinking with whoever you're doing the double bill with, which is a bit more fun and playful and emotional. But those two movies used to do it for me in the day. I'll try. You're a gem, Mikey. Domicles, come ask me any questions you like, bro. Always nice to have you. Simon, yo, what's good, big man? Simon, how's your day? I'm just trying to do a little bit of warm-up by doing some derps. What's going on your end? Brad's also a shit person the way he treated Anna Faris and his special needs kid, from what I remember. Oh, damn. Can't stand him. His poses are sick. Oh, cheers, Luna. I mean, I'm just going. I've got a pack from ArtStation of some models. Rat Enjoyer. Yo, Rat Enjoyer. Rat Enjoyer, don't I know you from somebody else's stream? Or have I just made that up? You've redeemed posture check. Thank you so much. Do you know what, Rat Enjoyer? I don't know if I'm making up a memory, but I feel Rat Enjoyer. I feel like I was in somebody else's stream, and you raided them or something. Is that you? I don't know if you stream. And it was like, oh, good, I can see a rat here. That's good. So then you brought your community over. Rat enjoyer, am I projecting onto you? Am I projecting somebody else unrelated? Yeah, you are, Mikey. Some sort of bell is getting rung in my head. Triangle's my favourite shape. Thanks for the fun fact. Are you a big triangle guy? Triangles are some of the most ancient solid shapes in the world. Is this right? Please, by the way, if you know better, do tell me. Every time I'd give you a fact from history, please Google it and confirm. Double check your sources whenever I talk. But this is the most ancient shape for masculinity. Man, masculinity, sun, powerful. And this, an upside down triangle, is the most ancient shape for femininity, women, birth, lunar, earth. It's just a line from the song. Oh, okay. Dog what? Yeah, go if you want to go back to the most basic cultural concepts. I'm not talking about cool shit like drawing moons and caribou and shit. But this is masculine and this is feminine. And a lot of cultures and how ideas and concepts grow boil down to a triangle that's upright and a triangle that's upside down. This is affirmative and this is receptive. My VTuber model has those upside down triangles on her face. Oh, don't worry, Luna. I'm sure you're safe. I'm sure you haven't made a pussy face character. I'm sure nobody's gonna link that to the historical etymology of shape language. Mikey's red pilling. I don't even know which one that means. There's blue pill, red pill, and black pill. What's a black pill? I've heard of black pilled, but I don't know the context. I'm assuming red pill means you become like a Republican? No politics in chat, by the way. I'm just asking this question in a general sense. No, that's a coconut. Oh, that's the occult. You should look at the worship of Sirius. Sirius Black. Played by Gary Oldman, who plays Smiley in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. And the corrupt police officer from Leon the Professional. The circle is complete. Thanks for talking to me today. Stream's over. Send everyone. Everyone! Oh, is black-pilled just enjoying licorice? If you're black-pilled, does that mean you like cinnamon, licorice, and Dr. Pepper? Being black-pilled is far-right, manosphere, anti-feminist stuff. Really? Black pill is alpha male. Follow the billion TikTok. Oh, so like if you're black-pilled, is that like your... who's that guy who got arrested in Romania? He's back now. So being black-pilled is like, this is the secret to alpha male stuff. Own your job, own your business, treat women badly to de-assert their value. Remember, you're not just a man, you're the head of your pride. And much like the lion, you have to invest and associate people with a measurable worth. And that's how you're supposed to live your life. Andrew Tate, yeah. Oh no, that's red-pilled. Okay, guys, when you give me the explanation, could you literally be like black and then say what you're saying? Or like red and then say it? Because I'm a bit confused. I thought being black-pilled was like nihilism. Oh, so reading Franz Kafka and giving up on everything. That's being black-pilled. Corny Chip, how you doing, by the way? Being black-pilled is nihilism. Being black-pilled is to be a nihilist incel. Black pill is more that they've given up. By the way, I love that you were... Ty Torto, I love that you've said that. They've just given up, Mikey. I'm so tired, Mikey. Got it. So being black-pilled is like being an incel who's stopped trying to go out. And they're just like, fuck it, this is the state of things, I accept it. I'm not black-pilled, am I? I don't feel very black-pilled, but am I technically black-pilled? I proactively became a shut-in so that I could pursue my hobbies. Guys? Wait a minute, I'm not having fun anymore. Sweating? Yeah. No, you're coming to Japan, Thailand, and Brazil. Fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Okay, great. I'm not black-pilled because I still intend to do some traveling before I get some cats, right? So it's not just about your current state, it's about your intent and plans. Like, if I was like, this is it, this right here is it forever, I'd be black-pilled. I'd be like, I embrace this, but I still would like to have some holidays. So I'm not black-pilled. Yeah, Stan, I'm getting close to asking that question. How you doing, bro? No, I didn't choose to stop going out. I just don't like people. Or Athena, I love you, mate, but that's sounding a bit black-pillish. I choose to do this. I just don't like everything involved with interacting with other human beings, so I interact with myself. All I do is stay at home and play The Matrix and watch Fight Club. Mikey, do you know pink kryptonite does to Superman? Yeah, pink kryptonite makes him fabulous. That's from the either the golden or the silver age, right? Makes him super fabulous and gay. But isn't it no. Wait, isn't it something really fucked up? Like, it turns out that's not from the silver age, but was in fact from like 2007 or something. I might be confusing two completely different things. But there is pink kryptonite in the Superman universe. And it's like, it sounds really like an old school thing, but it's actually newer than it should be. They turned the Superman's gay! They've been putting pink kryptonite in the water supply. They've turned the Superman's gay! Yeah, adorable. I would have to go to Brazil with a friend. I used to enjoy solo traveling. But I can't do that in Brazil. I need somebody to watch my back because if a hot Brazilian, clearly a prostitute who's going to mug me, not shag me, made eye contact, I would melt. I'm not safe around Brazilian women. Like, you know, they would find my body in a ditch. I met a Brazilian woman in Ibiza, and she turned out to be literally the fucking craziest person on the island. That night started off so good and went so far downhill into Crazy Town. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful around the Brazilians. Mama Diddy, how you doing, man? Yo, Mikey, I'm currently learning drawing from your YouTube channel. Thanks for that. Mama Diddy, thank you very much for popping over and letting me know. I appreciate it because it makes me feel good. Hey, obviously mine are just super beginner stuff. You're going to find even better people teaching really good stuff. But yo, awesome. Glad to be of some service and some use. Man, we're still out here getting people drawing. I fucking love that. I'll reel you back in from the dark alleyways. All right, but not on a fishing line. Let's use like a bungee cord. Because, you know, I want to go in a little bit. I'm curious. Pink kryptonite is in the gold and silver age. Okay. Makes them queer. You're still getting your money's worth. Do you use a reference whenever you're drawing poses like this? Brain Rock Cobbler. Right now, I totally am. I've literally got a reference pose pack of a model for warm-up. When poses look like they are genuine real poses made by genuine real people, probably a reference for me. If it's just standing up big tits anime, that's probably when I'm soloing it. In Ibiza, yeah, I used to go clubbing in Ibiza once or twice a year, with the lads, all the time. And if we didn't do Ibiza twice a year, it would be like Ibiza and then Vegas for a summer. And we used to get into trouble. Lots of fun. Young man's game that, but very good times. I'd love to go back just to relive the memories, but the reason why we stopped going to Ibiza is because literally we went one year and it had suddenly become shit. They changed the law about outdoor seating outside of clubs and stuff, which killed the atmosphere. And then we went to the nice beach, but there had been a storm and it looked like shit. And we were just like, oh my god, is this the end? And then nobody talked about going to Ibiza the year after. It was so weird. We'd all individually, consciously just kind of gone, fuck, I guess that's over. But everybody does beach stuff now. Is it like Bulgaria or somewhere? There's a beach in some European country, which is like where all the big clubbing and raving and culture happens. I don't even know if that is up-to-date information. I'm not the guy to ask. Everybody ask Toxic, she'll know. Toxic, how you doing, you gorgeous thing? Hello, Toxic Jin. YouTube age-gating drawing tutorials. Wait, can you not watch my drawing tutorials without confirming your age? Did YouTube categorize me as naughty? I haven't even logged into that YouTube channel for years. I don't even know if it's making money. Some spurless account might have claimed all my videos, and I haven't fought it. I have to even though I don't make Film Cram recaps very often, I have to log into my Film Cram account at least once every couple weeks, just to double check that some arsehole isn't trying to rip off my money. Just because it's got popular videos on there. Because YouTube is a wonderful platform that I've never had a complaint about. What will I know? You'll know where all the best clubs are in Bulgaria. Or Romania. Oh, girl, you streaking. Thank you so much. I noticed your art is not for real beginners like me. But it helped me do really good drawings in like 2 weeks learning. Oh, hell yeah. And you have like the only boob and ass tutorials on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, like, there are some other people who really get into the nitty-gritty of anatomy, including boobs and bums. But I noticed there's not much beginner stuff where it's like, well, I would like to draw like some actual like hot anime waifus. Are there some beginner tutorials for that? And that's sort of that's the gap I fill, I guess. Yeah, I appreciate the messages though. I hope you can have a lovely weekend. Happy Friday, everybody. You did it, everybody. We got there. We finally got to the end of the week, guys. You all done pretty good. Pretty good. Should have done Prague after Ibiza. Is there much of a clubbing scene in Prague? I only know about the jazz scene, mate, sorry. What about drawing Cheryl Baker? Right, Simon. No clues. I'm going to try to remember who Cheryl Baker is. Okay. Could you just really quickly tell me if she's in a... Is that film and television or a video game? Cheryl Baker. Cheryl Baker. There are a few big clubs. I saw Paul Oakenfold do a set there when I was with my brother in 22. Oh, fuck, dope. I just want to say I love you today, Mikey. Plushies, I love you too. Thank you so much. I hope you've been having a lovely season, and as always, thank you for being here. Plushies, when on the occasions where I am streaming here regularly for all the length of a week or a fortnight before I disappear again, it is a pleasure to be a space where other people can sort of vibe out in. Thank you for the kind words. Warmest wishes. Cheryl Baker. I feel like I feel like she's either a character from EastEnders or she's like a character in the Resident Evil series or something. Is this practice? Yes, in for... I'm just doing some warm-up studies. I've got pictures of a model reference, like a photo set. So I'm just trying to warm up. Like, the last... Like, obviously I haven't drawn for really ages. And the last couple art streams, I've been like, okay, well, it's going to suck anyway, so I haven't worried. But I've also been very unfocused when we've been doing art. I've also been really, really tired because of the diet. So I was just like, okay, I need to actually think about what I need to do to get back into it. So I just thought today I'd draw some ladies and poses, or at least structurally try to sketch them. So here we are, just trying to warm up old skills, dormant feelings. How are you guys doing? I don't know if some of yours, but a bunch of people's hips, bums, and chests tutorials are age blocked. Damn. I'll have to log out. I will have to like manually double check and log out. Who do you think you've drawn the most? Brainrot Cobbler. Either Tifa from Final Fantasy... Easy answer. Either Tifa from Final Fantasy VII or Tsunade from Naruto Shippuden. Both of them are very generous. And I've drawn quite a few of them. Do you reckon Tifa outranks Tsunade? I need to get back into that myself. All my work is mechs. I mean, look, if you know what you like, fucking live it. However, I would still suggest that, like, a few studies, and gesture, especially, if you've got roughly humanoid mechs, gesture studies are still going to be stuff that you're going to like. It's going to have a positive effect on your personal library of how you draw stuff, I reckon. I'm sort of guessing, but I reckon it would. Currently, yeah. What about real people? Or do you avoid doing that kind of thing? Brain Rot Cobbler, like in terms of like just casually drawing real people for my own pleasure, I need to do more of that. I find that candid studies, I've got like some really cool pictures of athletes in interesting poses, or just people with nice outfits on and stuff. I want to incorporate in my own character designs. Sure. Really, really weirdly, from a work thing, I don't know if you've sort of probably realized, but like drawing spicy kind of like characters as an online career on social media doesn't, obviously it's completely different, but sometimes it puts what you do a little bit parallel to like, you know, cosplay hottie girls. And so there's like there's a bit of a sort of, you know, online common collaboration history between like waifu artists and professional hotties, which is super dope. But it means that I specifically have to do my best to never make a fan art of any of them. Because I'm often, not like often, but I have on many, many occasions been approached by a whole number of very cool people who are like really big content creators based on being sexy for collab work. They're like, you know, I want to incorporate this and I want to do that and all that sort of stuff. And I'm mostly focused on my own projects, so I very politely turn them down. And I'm always honoured that they've even considered me. But it means that if you've turned down like a cosplayer with like 2 million followers on Twitter who wanted to like work with you permanently on their, to add like a saucy manga into their OnlyFans and stuff, it means that you can't be seen a week later making fan art of another hot cosplayer, you know, with 1 million subscribers, because many of these ladies are actually really hardworking and down to earth behind the scenes, but not all of them. And you never know which one you might piss off. So I very specifically have to be conscious of not doing that super weirdly. My mind slipped. What are we talking about? Oh, Luna, don't worry, dude. Luna, I am, like I said, I've put honey in my tea today because I'm so tired. My zoning out right now is massive. Fear not. Let your mind slip, mate. We're not taking notes tonight. We're not keeping records. We're just chilling, doing a bit of warm-up. Hopefully, a bit of warm-up will put me in a position to come up with a busty waifu of some sort, but I'm not too worried about hitting that target tonight. I'm happy just to do some studies. Mainly what we're doing tonight, guys, by the way, I hope you're all losers and geeks like I am. The thing that I want to do tonight, guys, and please do hang out with me, because this is just a pilot. I'm just testing out whether this actually will work or not. So I would appreciate the company. But what I want to do is I want to get my audio nice and clean and then read Game of Thrones. Just for first book, just for first chapter, maybe the first 2 chapters. And it's not going to be one of those boring book streams where I ignore chat and then nobody talks and there's no alerts because I'm reading. It is going to be that, but what I hope to do, and I don't know if it will work, that's why it's an experiment, but I'm going to read like a few paragraphs, then we're going to talk about it, then I'll read a few more paragraphs and then we'll talk about it, because I want it, I don't know, I don't know if there's any Game of Thrones nerds in chat who enjoy the books, or maybe like the show was so bad at the end that it's put everybody off. Well, I hope to reinvigorate your passion because the books are fucking brilliant. So in a couple hours, we're gonna move over to audiobook. Your Arya voice is going to be hilarious. What do you mean? I can do a perfect Arya. What? That's not right. He should have killed the slave masters. Ah, the gift was given to them eventually, and then there were two. I'm Arya, cat of the canals. No, I could do a great Arya. So, in fact, why am I giving you the goods early? If you want to know what Arya sounds like in my voice, come hang out during our book stream. It's happening tonight. Oh, governor! Wait, isn't Arya's accent just your accent? Absolutely. I should read the books too. Adorable, you don't need to. I'm going to read them for you. Those shows took a decade off me. Somebody in chat the other day, I can't remember who, literally was like, season 7 and season 8 are dead to me. And I get it. I will say that every season got more beautiful. Every single season, the show got better and better at being incredible to look at. But yeah, once Weiss and Benioff were no longer working with the books, they were beginning to show their hand at how good they actually were as writers. Do you want to know what I do genuinely love? And I'm sorry this is negative. I tried to be positive. But this is a bit of Schadenfreude? Question mark? Is when season 8 was so bad because the writers were basically like, we're going to wrap up season 8. We're not going to do a season 9 because we are on the shortlist to work and write for Disney for even big. If HBO's giving us big money, Disney's going to give us even bigger money. We're a big name now. And because we're a big name, Disney wants us. And then season 8 was so bad and so badly received, Disney backed out. Get fucked. House of the Dragon season 1 looks amazing. I got some requests. I turned my requests back on recently on YouTube. My alerts. And people have been asking me to do House of the Dragon Crammed. Eva wants me to do season 1 of Stranger Things Crammed before the last season wraps up. I'm gonna have to write some scripts. I'll probably start doing that on my day off. What I'll do is I'll watch like the first episode of Stranger Things and the first episode of House of Dragon, and I'll just sit down and I'll do like a draft. Control X, lovely to see you, man. I'll just sit down and I'll do like a draft concept script, not concept script, but basically every hour of footage, or say every episode of a show, I usually write a script that's about 1 page long in Calibri on Word. And 1 page of script... No, that is a lie. That is a lie. For every 30 minutes or a whole episode. So I will try to squeeze an entire episode of a show into 1 page. Or every 30 minutes of a movie is about 1 page. And that script, when I read it, 1 page of script is 30 minutes of film time. And it translates, when I've actually read it, to about 3 minutes of audio dialogue. It's been a relatively consistent thing I've noticed. So I'll bust out a little test run, literally just the first episode of both of those shows. I'll see which one I enjoyed writing the most for. And I'll then fantasize about maybe doing another film cram. But it will be a fantasy, because what will really happen is I'll go live here on stream and I'll tell you guys how tired I am and how I never got round to finishing it for Christmas. But it would be nice to at least do a little dummy run like that and see if I still have that film cram energy in me. Hello there. Hey Vadis, how you doing, man? Lord of Bones is back in chat. Old Rattle's shirt. I can't speak too much as to how I know this, but both the cast and the crew of Game of Thrones stole a shitload of stuff from that final season. Sinful. That is very true of many things. One of the biggest security threats on almost any television show is the actors stealing shit. When they were making, even though I despise season 2, when they were making the Picard TV show, the Star Trek TNG follow-up, at the end of the day, they had like a actual gun cabinet on set with a, you know, like a lock, you know, a little big black grated shelf thing with a lock on the door. And at the end of every shoot, they had to actually collect all of the phasers and all of the badges and lock them in a gun cabinet because everyone kept stealing them. Ma'am, you have a dragon in the back seat. What's her name? Not Elijah Cuthbert. Sorry, that was the other blonde woman I fell in love with. Who's the lady who's Daenerys Stormborn? Elsa something? Oh god, what's her name? Can you imagine if she, because she's tiny, can you imagine if she like tried to take one of the props, one of the life-size to scale dragon heads, tried putting that in the back of her car? Are you stealing that Drogon head? No. They said I could have it. Mr. HBO said I could have it. It's mine. Emily something. Yeah, do you know what? Even though I'm having honey in my tea, my brain is still not connecting that. Daenerys Stormborn is played by, not Emily Blunt. Elijah Cuthbert was so hot, man. She plays Jack Bauer's daughter in 24. I fancied her so hard. Amelia Clark. Athena, do you want a can of Coke, mate? You've earned it. Yo, hey Nancy, you gorgeous thing. Yeah, but what they do with the props when the show is done and dusted anyway, like during the run of a show. After? It depends, doesn't it? Like a lot of set stuff goes into storage in the hopes of recycling it to take the edge off of the budget of another future show. And the props go in giant buckets in warehouses. But it is stealing. Like if I made like a really amateurish production with somebody and I built like a few cheeky things in like 3D printing and woodwork just for it to get nicked by the people I was working with, I'd be so disappointed. I'd be gutted. British Coke, yum. Hey, how dare you? Don't besmirch. I have two types of Pepsi downstairs. Sugar-free, caffeine-free. And so basically pure taurine, coloured black. I have my Pepsi and I want it painted black. And Pepsi with lime flavour in the Pepsi instead of as a cordial. So we'll be investigating that. I also had a look. I got that flavoured sparkling water to go with my Sambuca. That sparkling water has barely any calories in it whatsoever. It's like 5 calories a glass or something. So I'm going to have that with some delicious aniseed alcohol later. Without it having too much of a hit. Now the Sambuca is pure sugar, so I will have to be careful. But it won't hit too bad on my calorie counting. I would argue that Elijah Cuthbert's hotness basically killed her career. Do you want to know something, Mal? I'm a little bit with you. Especially because in that time, late 90s, early 2000s, it was a very funny time to be a hot actress. I'm thinking specifically about Jennifer's Body, that film, and all the shit surrounding getting that made and marketed. It was 24, then The Girl Next Door, and that was it. Damn, I've seen The Girl Next Door. Not worth. Sorry, a story's come to mind, but it's not worth telling. Yeah, I don't remember anything else. Can anyone Google that? Does anybody want to know why she stopped? Like, was it just that she stopped getting roles, or, you know, did she like, you know, join Scientology and was like, fuck it, or had a kid? I don't know. But she was very specifically pretty. Mikey, can you stop fucking objectifying women? I mean, I can. The Starship Troopers infantry armor was one of the most reused props ever. It's almost everywhere. Dude, that didn't happen to make it into... what was the Starship show that I liked that only got one season? Ba 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 bam ba bam 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 ba bam bam ba bam ba bam 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 ba bam bam ba dum dum dum. Does anybody remember a space show where the alien ships looked like this? They were kind of purple and triangular shaped. A little bit like Tremors, but imagine this is like a purple energy ship. And they'd fire like these purple beams. And then the good guy ships were sort of like spaceships like this with guns down here. And they'd have like a carrier. And the carrier would be like a freight, but it would have like a gun turret inside for personnel. Ba-da-bum, bum-bum. Ba-da-bum, bum-bum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum-bum. Ba-da-bum, bum-bum. Not Firefly. It only got one season. It was very Starship Troopers-ish. Not like in terms of its energy and its vibe, but it's, you know, humans fighting a war against aliens in space. And it's like they had genetically artificial people. They had mostly humans, and it's like a misfit kind of squadron sort of thing. And it had a really particular theme song. Me and my mum used to watch it. It was one of the sci-fi she used to watch with me back in the day. She used to let me stay up late. It's now so the reason why I'm trying to get you guys to answer is because I don't want to turn this into another stream where I spend 3 hours asking the same question to ChatGTP with different language. Space 2099. Ba-da-bum, bum-bum. Ba-da-bum, bum-bum. One sec. Space 2099. One sec. I don't know. It's not ringing a bell. Wait, is Space 2099 a fan sequel to Space 1999? That's not it. It's not it. Those hips are on another level. Oh, hey, thank you very much. Yeah, so what I want to be drawing is much more of this stuff, for sure. But you gotta spend your time looking at real human forms before you draw elves. Excuse me, Pepsi with lamb. Is this a limited Dubai release? No, I said mint, not mint lamb. Ba ba ba. I'm literally just gonna make a noise at you. Ba 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 bam bam bam. Ba ba ba. And the reason why I'm doing this is I'm hoping it's gonna warm my brain and make a connection. Like, do you know how it's like if you can't remember something, if you think about parallel stuff, like you can't remember the name of a shoe. So you start thinking about when that shoe's been used in running and people who run with a shoe and a rapper who promoted the shoe and a YouTube video that had the shoe in it, and eventually the shoe name comes back. So I'm just trying to do that. Ba 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 bam ba bam 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 ba bam bam ba bam ba bam 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 ba bam bam ba. Not Dark Skies, not The Burning Zone. This came out in, I want to say, the very late 90s. So probably like, I don't know, 97 to 99. Oh! Space Above and Beyond! Sorry, I apologise. That's for honey from the tea. Row, can of Coke. Space Above and Beyond. Space Above and Beyond. Only got one season. I was really into this show, man. We're doing, by the way, we are doing Space Above and Beyond fan art. We're going to turn them into, I don't know, maybe busty anime, or maybe I'll try to keep it close to the bone. Okay, they do not have the same outfits from Starship Troopers. Space Above and Beyond! Man, I was all about this fucking show. Sorry, Tormentor. I'll try to remember Tiefling. I never give my shoes names. They'll just leave me if I name them. Nancy, your insecurities are showing. If I name my shoes, they'll walk away. Yay, yay. Spud Ducky, better for seeing you, thank you. Spud Ducky, I'm actually like a little bit tired, as in like I've been worn out all day, which is a sign that I need to take a day off streaming. So I'm just trying to actually sit here with a bit of focus, not in terms of like work focus. I want to chill out and talk to you lot. But as in, like, instead of just trying to doodle something, I'm just, like, actually just doing some studies. Just looking at some real people. I mean, I'm not right now. I'm looking at Space Above and Beyond. I would have settled for Babylon 5. No, too many people know what Babylon 5 is. I want to go more obscure than that. I want to go Space Above and Beyond obscure. There were so many single sci-fi space series from the 2000s. Yeah, I meant single seasons. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Because, sorry, I still haven't unblocked fuck. I will do that. I will let you guys say fuck, I promise. I remember, like, they were looking for what was next, right? Babylon 5 was coming to an end. They made a Babylon 5 spin-off thing as well. And I don't even know if that got past the pilot. I don't know if it got a season. And then there was a one. Then there was a one where it was a guy who was basically like in the equivalent of a Federation. They had like a weird ship that was like this, or something. And then there's an uprising, and some of his own staff member in the uprising, and it's like the beginning of the end of the Federation. And then his ship gets frozen in time, like 500 years or something. And they start flying around, trying to make a new federation. Or something? Andromeda! Yes, Andromeda. How many seasons did Andromeda get? Was that just another one-er? With Kevin Sorbet. Is Kevin Sorbet the guy who looks like he's the cousin of the guy from Critical Role? Like, Kevin Sorbet is older. He's a tiny bit more rugged. But he looks a little bit like the Critical Role guy. Is that Sorbo? Is that the right one? Hercules? Kevin Sorbo Hercules. One sec. Yeah, he's got a good chin, that guy, hasn't he? Oh, so he used to be a TV Hercules guy. Oh, hey, is Hercules set in the same universe as Amazon lady with the chakram? Xena. Okay, I'm glad you said. I was about to say Xenia, and I was like, no, that's wrong. That's James Bond. But actually, it was close. Xena, warrior princess. No, wait. Kevin Sorbo played Hercules. That's like what he's known for. Sorry, this is like, I don't think this really made it over to England. Kevin Sorbo was in a Hercules show, and then Xena Warrior Princess was the spin-off. That's wild, because I've heard of Xena, but not I mean, I know Hercules, obviously, but not the show. Did Xena just go massive after that? Talking of spin-offs, how many episodes did Angel get compared... Sorry. How many seasons did Angel run for compared to Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Buffy had like, what, 6 seasons? Angel had 5. 5 is very, very solid. Oh, Buffy had 7. God, it got terrible. Oh, I bet. Hercules was first and had multiple seasons before they even launched her. I'll never forget that crossover. By the way, Lucy or Luce? How you doing? I mean, Xena deserves some fan art as well. But yeah, look, it's easy to talk, it's harder to draw, so don't hold a gun to my head about this. But one day I'm gonna do some Star Trek TNG. So the way that in my fantasy, the way that I want to live my life is make you watch Star Trek TNG, but I also draw Star Trek TNG. Every time I read a book, I draw the characters, and we sit here and I'm just like, today I'm reading this book. Do you guys know it? And then we draw sexy versions of characters. That's not happening because I'm behind on everything. But I want to draw Space Above and Beyond shit. I'm never going to tell you guys what it's from, and then I'll put it on Twitter and I'll be like, does anybody know what I'm doing fan art of? Lucy Lawless played Xenia. That sounds like a stage name, doesn't it? Lucy Lawless. She was gorgeous, wasn't she? Oh, Ro, are you talking about Silver Foxes? Is Lucy Lawless in your Silver Foxing? Sexy Imas when? Only if we do the one with the panther skin who never joined the sexy zombies are hard to do. Sexy desiccated zombies are even tougher. But who's the one who put the child in the burning torture hole by accident and then lived, and then the bone caster, the shaman one who didn't join the ritual of Talan? Awesome, our dev. The caster cohort. I need to so it is the bone hunters, isn't it, when they go, or is it the one after the bone hunters when they go to the actual fight tournament situation? Again, I will soon remember what she looks like. Dude, I can't remember her, but I will soon remember what she looks like thanks to the magic of having a Kindle again. She's timeless. But her as Xenia is what got me as a kid. But her in Spartacus was like, wow. TNG gender swap data with big batteries. Data law and whore. I don't know. Kilava. Oh, I'm thinking of Kilava. Samar Dev. God, I'm so sorry. I'm letting down the team, Fenrir. Ooh. Sorry, what's this song? Capsize, Big Black Delta. I'm just gonna give this a quick like. Oh, sorry, Kalava is the Bonecaster. Samar is with Casa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big, dark, gorgeous, expressive, milky, dangerous eyes. Okay, thank you very much, guys, for that quick crash course education. Also, thank you for finding Space Above and Beyond for me. You've saved me a lot of mental difficulty of having to look that up and find out myself. That's really good. Just know that you've done good in the world by making my day a bit quicker and better. I don't know if any of you guys were here when I was trying to remember that anime a couple days ago. But fuck me, that was... I think like I'd started that stream at 4 in the morning or something. I'd woken up at 2 AM and I was like, right, I have to stream all day to reset my sleep pattern. I streamed for 18.5 hours, but about 4 of those hours was me trying to remember an anime that I remembered from a dream. Do not talk about that anime. I know that anime. That anime was Giant Robo. We're clear. We're clear of guilt. It's Giant Robo. Spud Ducky, what you been up to recently? Also, Toxic, I don't know if you're still vibing in the background, but what have you eaten today? Mm-hmm. 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 Good old suit. Midnight Eye. What? Just been working. Trying to figure out what to draw today. Have you ever tried drawing a motorcycle? So I'm just spreading random bad juju, but don't worry about it. Motorbike. That's what I meant, not motorcycle. Today is a better day than yesterday, which was a slightly better day than the day before that. Then much luck, big man. Did you get all your chainsawing done yesterday, or did you still have to do more clearance? Do you ever draw Chinese sword and bamboo forest stuff? Mao Uncle. Mao Uncle, by the way, just going by your name, are you Chinese by any chance? Chinese sword and bamboo forest stuff? No, but I'm not 100% sure if I know exactly what you're talking about, but I think I really like that aesthetic. Are you familiar with a film called The House of the Flying Daggers? Which is kind of like, a lot of that movie is set in a bamboo forest, and it's got a lot of wuxia. Well, it is a wuxia pian. Which I recently realised that the pian in wuxia pian means film. So much like when people say DC Comics, which is Detective Comics, I've been saying wuxia pian movies. Like, I really like wuxia pian films. Which is actually, I like swordplay movies. Oh, you're a big fan of that. Wait, you cried to it? Oh, damn. What about a girl on a motorbike? Well, certainly some boobs on a motorbike. How's your new Kindle replacement? Vadis, lovely. Thank you very much. Do I have it here? It is basically the same size from what I remember. I think this has a 6-inch screen. I think my Kindle had a 7-inch maybe. It's lighter, but that's only because I didn't buy like an official hard shell case this time. My old Kindle was actually very uncomfortable to hold. So that's cool. Basically, I tried to get exactly the model that was like what I was used to. So this has got e-ink and a backlight, but it's not color or anything. It reads my books. Obviously, I updated the firmware and then turned off the Wi-Fi so that it never tries to connect to anything, so that I can put my own stuff on it. But one thing I've noticed that's quite good is the backlight. Unlike my Kindle, which had a really good backlight, the backlight to the Kobo is just the same. It's a sort of bluish pop. But if you set it to like automatic thing where it's got the clock, when I get into bed at night and then turn the backlight on there, it slowly goes from blue into like a slightly warm tone of like, not quite orange, but like the light gets slowly dimmer and dimmer and goes slightly more orange and orange. So you kind of like get to the end of a couple of chapters and you're sort of just like, time for bed. Which is, it's well good. Yeah, I'm so happy, man. I like, look, I know this is a little thing. Yeah, Mikey, great. You get to read books. What is this? I just want you to know that like I went through genuine mental proc damage after I lost my Kindle. Not being able to like read a book for a bit before bed was actually having like a long-term damaging effect on me. So just being able to like snuggle up and just like get into something again is, I don't know. It's lovely. Mikey, don't you have like a shitload of real books? I do, but I don't have a light in my bedroom. I never, when I redecorated my bedroom, I never put in the light fitting. So, there's not enough daylight now, it's winter. So it's Kindle or nothing. Everything is easily movable by one person has been done. The rest of the tree is 24 to 30 inches thick and will be a bear to move. Fuck. I once, do you remember me saying how me and my mates used to bring axes to school? We used to bring hatchets to school. They sold them to us in home base. Nobody questioned us. When we were little kids, we bought hatchets from Homebase, which is like a DIY shop, and we put them in our school bags. And after school, we would go into the forest and we cut down a tree. We just let out all that child energy. And then one day I cut down a big tree in the woods, and it took fucking million years, but we cut the log out the tree trunk. And then I got my mum to drive the Jeep up into the car park near where we were. And me and my mates dragged this tree log through the forest, got it into the back. My mum was so tolerant. We got it back into the back of the Jeep, like a 2 foot of tree was sticking out the back of the Jeep. It was like really late. And we got my mum to drive it home, and we put this fucking massive tree trunk upright in my garden. Because our garden was like kind of like at that time it was when my mum was at the height of being like a potter, so we had like a kiln and loads of chickens and a coop and loads of rabbits and all sorts of bits, and it was like a kind of working garden. And I got this upright tree, and I made like a fucking base for it, like a cross base for it sat on top of, and then drilled side pieces, and then I properly full on drilled in, like, I think they were like really big rolling pin arms that I drilled into it, and then like a little stump bit at the bottom, and I'd basically like made my own like mock yang jong, and I used to be in the garden just like at the tree thinking I was Jackie Chan. Ah man, good times. Man, back in the day times, wild man. Just to be a kid with an axe, like, do you know when you're just a little kid and the coolest thing you could possibly have is like what your friend would like come into school, like, you know, when you're young, he's like, look what I got, and like he'd show you his dad's Swiss Army knife. I don't know, like now it's just like I don't need one of those, but when you're a little kid, especially like a boy, I don't know, fuck it. When you're a little kid who likes stuff, seeing a Swiss Army knife for the first time is like magic. It's like, it's got a knife, and it's got a little knife, and it's got a corkscrew, and it's got scissors, and it's just like, oh, that's the coolest fucking thing in the world. And then we were like, yo, let's go buy hatchets. Let's go get axes. It's a different world now. You can't bring an axe into school in your school bag in England. The 90s energy is real. Yeah, it was pure 90s, mate. Nice looks, like no sacrifice over. Do you know something, dude? Valdis, so what this doesn't do is it doesn't connect to my Kindle account, which is a bit frustrating because the partner of the streamer I like has written a book which is free with Kindle Unlimited, and I have to get the paid version. Other than the fact that it doesn't connect to my Kindle account, which for me is fine because I fucking hate Amazon. So I download books off the internet, but I buy the hard copies so that, like, legally I don't feel guilty. Like, I fucking love Game of Thrones, so I bought it after reading it for years and years and years. But the magic is like any book you're interested in, you could find it. But to make sure you're not ripping off the author, especially if it's an author you like, I still will buy the books. It's just that I'll buy them secondhand, which I would have done anyway. So in terms of like an e-reader where I'm putting everything on, I've only had this for a few days. But compared to my 7th generation Kindle, I think this screen is a tiny bit smaller. But you can still, like, you know, format it like the other Kindle, change all the words, change the text size. The backlight is actually better because it can go into a warmer tone if you're in bed before sleeping. Everything else is very similar. Tap or swipe or push your finger up or down. And obviously there's no adverts on this. And this isn't sponsored, obviously, but right now I think there's a discount on the Kobo website. This is normally like 120 or 130 quid, but was 100 quid when I bought it. Whereas if you want to get the equivalent Kindle, which is still just black and white without adverts, I think it's about 160. About 60 or 70 with adverts, 160 or 70 without adverts, which is literally the most dystopian thing in the world. I hate Amazon. So no, I'm not looking back so far. I'm really chuffed. And again, thank you everybody, especially Pixie. I think she really researched. But everybody eventually was like, try Kobo, Mikey, try Kobo. And I did. And I'm grateful. Kung Fu Mikey. Mate, so like I say, like, I'm not like, I wasn't a... okay, when I was younger, I was a relatively competent fighter. I'm not going to toot my own horn too much, but like when I was younger and athletic and slightly acrobatic, I was a menace. I was also an interclub Thai boxer. Now I'm just enthusiastic, but my enthusiasm for martial arts very much stemmed from Hong Kong cinema and some of like the fantasy stuff. So like Once Upon a Time in China and Legend of Fong Sayuk, and then Jackie Chan and so on. So all of that stuff, I was really, I really vibed with it. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, so anyway, so yeah, I studied loads of different martial arts styles when I was younger. Just to be really clear, I wasn't particularly good at any of them. I was relatively good at Thai boxing. I was a green belt in Shotokan karate, which isn't massive, but you know, it's a bit of study. But I did study a lot of the later kata. I spent a little bit of time doing Keimon Wing Chun, which is why I know my wing arm. I spent a lot of time doing Fujian White Crane style Kung Fu, which came out of Fujian province. I did Songshan Shaolin Kung Fu, so the actual official Songshan Shaolin temple. A guy called Sifu Shi Yangzi opened a school in London. Guess where that school was? Literally 2 minutes walk over a road and a bridge over a railway from my first university halls of residence. I took a lot of my university loan and I got a membership. And I just went and did Kung Fu and skipped lessons. I'm so bad. So like, and all they ever did, by the way, because I only did that for like a term. So like, what, 4 months? All we did was literally the same 5 or 6 techniques. And they just made us do loads of like grueling training and bodyweight stuff. But it was just like, oh, mate. I also studied a tiny bit of the forms of... I went to a school for Kenjutsu and Iaido, which is why I'm a bit of a sword guy, but I'm more of a martial arts guy than a sword guy. What else did I study? That might have been it for my things I actually studied in schools and lessons. But like by then... me and my mates were like downloading all the videos and DVDs we could. So we were like, you know, watching capoeira videos and watching lots of jiu-jitsu groundwork Gracie DVD sets and stuff. Jackie all the way. So yeah, I'm very martial arts enthusiastic, not necessarily martial arts competent at all. And as you've probably noticed, I'm a bit more of a lover than a fighter. But fuck, that was my whole vibe. So yeah, making like a Wing Chun dummy out of a tree that I'd cut down in the middle of the woods was like, that was the highlight of my summer. I don't have it anymore. I've now turned it into a bird feeder. But in my garden, if you come round, you will notice that I have a bird feeder with a very thick stand. It's like this. It's a little hut where you can put some stuff for the birds. And then it's standing on something this thick. And it's because I dug a hole and poured it into the ground. It's a railway sleeper that I wrapped in rope. Really coarse rope up the top. You know, you have so much energy when you're younger. Now all I want to do is go to bed. And I used to just go into the garden and just be like, bah, 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 I used to just toughen up my knuckles. Ah, to be young, to be young. So yeah, then I got old and I put a bird feeder on the top of it. I was like, fuck that. What are you gonna do about life? Time to get back in the garden, man. Toughen your knuckles. Yeah, they need to come back, don't they? I've got the soft hands of a manager now. Do you know what? I remember once when I was in management, I remember shaking the hands of a friend of mine. He was much younger, but we used to work together, like in another thing, back when I was a supervisor in just a shop. And he was like one of the stock boys. But I remember I shook his hand once and he just kind of went, "Oh, you've got really soft hands." And I was just like, oh! I was like, I don't think he realized like how much that like really fucked me up. I was just like, oh, I used to be somebody, man. Like I used to pick up dumbbells and have like those really fat calluses on the inside pads on of your hand and stuff. I was just like, oh no, I used to be somebody. Like, do you know how, like, one of the worst things a woman can say to a man is that, like, he's not the kind of guy she would have dated when she was having fun. He's the kind of guy she'll settle down with. And the woman somehow thinks that's a compliment. You know, you're the kind of man to make a family with. You're not like the other guys that I've been seeing. And, like, you know, it's kind of like, it's sometimes hard to put into words, but you do not understand how horrible that is to hear. In a really similar way, when he was just like, just an instant like reaction, he was just like, "Oh, you've got really soft, your hands are really soft," or whatever. That really fucked with me, like on a fundamental level. I was just like, oh shit. Too real. Yeah, didn't like it. Did not like hearing that. How is that not a compliment? I'm not going to spell it out for you, mate. It's not worth the investment on return. Right. Let me look at... Okay, let's stop looking at this model. She's got no clothes on, and I'm falling for her. Let's look at some pictures of anime characters. Mikey Milkmits. Yeah, that was my in-ring name, sure. That's all good stuff. You have good taste. So where's the Kung Fu art then, bruv? Fuck, good point. I only asked because there's a new free-to-play online game, basically based in Wuxia World. Oh, fuck, damn! Do you know what? I kind of was basically testing the water to see if everybody was still playing that or not. And a few streamers I know are still playing that, so I'm like, okay, maybe it is worth trying. Because I know a whole load of people got sponsored to do it. I didn't. So I was like, I'm not going to play that because they're not paying me. But I didn't realize... Yeah. So what I'm doing, I'm regurgitating a conversation and a realization I had weeks ago now with you. But I didn't realize that it was free to play. And, like, I think you can do multiplayer online. Because somebody else was talking about it in my DMs, and I was just like, oh, okay. And I didn't realize that maybe they were trying to encourage me to give it a go because they were playing it. Where Winds Meet. It's good. Yeah, do you know what? I might give that a go. I sort of left it because I was like, do people actually enjoy it? But they're still playing it outside of contract, so yeah, good shout. Nathan has played it. Oh shit. Have you? Oh, that's messed me up, that sneeze. Have you? Why don't you go marry Nathan then if you love him so much? Oh yo, hey, can you drop the TCG link? I do not like TikTok, but I'll do it. But I wonder he's not live right now, is he? Oh no, this is only for his shop. Do you know what? I don't think I have his TikTok. I don't think I know where he does his online stuff. Oh, Nivel Arena Goddess of Victory. SB01 booster box. SB01? Which set is that? Oh no, I have to do my taxes. I've got to do my tax first. Oh shit, he's got... Yeah, here we go. The Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy stuff. I wish I was more into Final Fantasy crossovers like that, but I often just find they're not that great. Nothing. Do you want to know what the most disgusting crossover I've ever seen one? Oh, is that the one he wanted to send me? Oh shit. Well, I don't want to pester him about that, but oh shit. Well, fingers crossed. Combat looks fairly uninspired, but I haven't played it. Yeah, I can't imagine it being like that other game that we're looking forward to, which is a dedicated one-player game, obviously, so it's different. I've already got an online multiplayer game where the combat is really fucking janky, and that's Dune Awakening. I don't need another one. The worst Final Fantasy crossover promotion I have ever seen in my life, and I encourage you to look it up, was when they did a Final Fantasy VII Apex Legends crossover. Now, have any of you seen Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey? Because in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, they meet an alien called Station. And this alien goes to a hardware store and builds out of just junk a robot Bill and Ted. And Robot Bill and Ted look like shit. In Apex Legends, the Scottish woman who has that like gravity ability, they gave her an Aerith skin, and it looked so fucking bad. She looked like a... Mikey, why are you using your words in a visual streaming medium? Why don't you go to the internet? Ars longus vita brevis. No, ars longa vita brevis. Sorry, I'm just remembering something. Apex Legends FF7 Aerith skin. Can you see this? Oh, the art looks like it might work. Is there not like a big version with a... Okay, here we go. This shit is so jank. Do you know what? It does look a bit better than I remember. But it looks fucking awful. It's all so fucking jank. Now, you know, I think that looks like an AI generated image, I'm going to be honest. Now, Let's look at Robot Bill and Ted. Oh man, these images are going to be tiny. It's such an old movie. Nobody's watching it. But it seriously gives me horrible, horrible, janky Robot Bill and Ted energy. I'm sorry my screen is covering all of this. It's really annoying. They did Horizon dirty. What, Horizon Zero Dawn? Oh, Horizon the character. That's her name, the Scottish lady. It hurts! It hurts! Red and Rabbit hating, by the way. Is this a real thing? Yeah, horrible memories, horrible memories. 50-year-old druggy Arif. I mean, she is Scottish. Another reason I will never forgive Final Fantasy VI. It's almost as bad as your... Oh, God! Yeah, another reason to hate Street Fighter 6. Mate, do you guys remember the promotion for adding your Forger into Street Fighter? Do you remember how cool that was? It was her and Chun-Li doing a cross kick. And it was like, holy shit, am I into Street Fighter? Biggest fucking bait and switch in the world, man. Fuck. That was so grim. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, it was like, I don't know if something fucked up in the process. If they genuinely thought they were doing something better than that, or if it really was just an example of how little they fucking cared. Galbaldian Soldier from Final Fantasy VIII. Oh, damn, you're talking about Galbadia. Oh, fuck, do you know what? I forgot that Final Fantasy VIII had a subplot that was set like 10 years earlier or something, right? I hit the wrong reply. You're always my right reply. If the answer is Spud Ducky, then the question is a good one. Anyway, did I say I was going to look at pictures of anime, guys? Sorry, I started looking at pictures of nightmares. Will I dream? Tell me, Doctor, will I dream? Shh. God, this is giving me real 90s vibes. What is this that we're listening to? Supernatural Feelings remix. I'm going to save this playlist. Not many of the songs have really caught my attention, but they've sort of vibed okay enough in the background, haven't they? Whilst I've been chatting shit. And then we'll move over to Sleep Token, I promise. Sorry, all of the women in chat. Sorry to disappoint all the ladies. I said I'd listen to Sleep Token later, and I haven't done it yet. Anime Girl Cenobites, please and thank you. I remember that one with the open face. Infinite Baths. Without the breakdown. Infinite Baths. Infinite Baths? Oh, for fuck's sake, this is a Sleep Token song. Infinite Baths, no breakdown. Okay, let me listen to a few more of these vibey ones, and then we'll do Infinite Baths, and I'll skip the breakdown. I'm doing amazing. Oh, Rin! Nice, nice. Izzy, how you doing? Lovely to see you. Izzy, I'm stealing your idea. Izzy, I'm so sorry. I should steal it quietly so you can't sue me. But you know I'm really bad with like my guilt, so I have to tell you. Izzy, I'm stealing that idea. Guys, I'm making an indie game, by the way, I forgot to tell you. It's all about collecting cats. It is going to be so good. Oh, it's sent twice. Welcome back, welcome back. Also, you're far too kind, Mikey. No need to worry about doing anything special with the music. I'll line it up, I'll line it up. You'll remind me and you'll remind me and I'll line it up later. Catgirl Gacha. I don't want to actually tell you the details of my really great indie game that's in my head, because most of those details are in fact the thing that Izzy's doing it, so I don't want to spoil what she's making by me saying what I'm stealing. Does that make sense? I just want you to know that I'm on a money maker. Like, people are going to respond to this.
Hello there.
Hello. Isn't there a game like this already? Oh, not like this, mate. Cat girls or just cats? Actually, it's just cats. Don't you dare spoil my ideas to chat. Okay, alright. Also, let me help you, and you've got a deal. Okay, fuck yeah. Yeah. Making money is more fun when you're making it with other people. The only problem is that you should never go to bed. You should never get into business bed with your friends, because it will kill your friendship. But, you hate me anyway. You're always saying, I hate you. So, yeah, I'm down. I fucking hate you. I think it's the most common thing she says. 70-30 Mikey. I'm doing all the work. She was just there at the brainstorming phase. 90-10, mate. 90-10 to Izzy. To me, 10 to Izzy. Our friendship died a long time ago. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. You were far too ready to jump on that. Oh, shit. All right. Well, here's to our business future. Please don't tell Eva that I'm once again stealing a woman's ideas to make a money-making thing. We have enough of that when Eva and I talk about book stuff that she's writing. I wonder how many streams I've eventually at some point been like, please don't tell Eva. I'll get in trouble. By the time you get around to doing anything with it, I'd have already finished and published it. Published it for us, I think is what you're saying. Of course. Do your brushes work in other apps? I haven't built them for that, dude, but I do believe they kind of okay import to clip. The DGA main brush, much to my chagrin, is actually really heavy. It's got an insanely heavy flow and clip. I'm sure it's probably really easy to adjust it in the settings. But yeah, they mostly go in. I mean, that brush pack is so out of date, I do apologise. I rob you. Does anybody remember The Simpsons where the dog and the cat aren't getting enough attention? And the dog's like, I rob you. It learns to talk. Do you want me to leave her bald? This isn't Devil-chan. Devil-chan is bald. Because she's got Satan power, she can obviously magic up hair when she wants to. She can take different forms in people's nightmares because she's a devil that lives off suffering and eating human flesh. But she is a Faustian devil, so she is bald with little curved horns. I like that idea because it sort of naturally developed from me never nailing down her hairstyle, and then like Eva was like, "Why don't you just make her bald?" And I was like, "Do you know what? There's not enough bald characters among anime waifu fan artists like me, and it's because hair really makes the character. So making her bald is tremendously difficult to make her hot. In terms of anime visuals, there's plenty of shaved-headed hot ladies. What's her name? Persis Kambada from Star Trek 1. Human unit. Vija. Human unit. But I think one bald character in my personal custom harem menagerie is enough for me. Kirk unit. Are people going to get used to it? Like they did computer animation? I have a controversial question, AI related. Are people going to get used to it? Probably, yeah. Forgive me if I don't give you a really big, deep answer, but this is both a topic which I keep getting into, even though I know I shouldn't, also simultaneously drains me every time I do.
You're all going to die down here.
Heyo, yo, Andre, thank you for the bitties. I love your waifus, and I want to draw similar stuff. But I want to mix it with a creepy vibe, waifu and monster. Do you follow a streamer called Hex Girl Idol? She's into anime pinup, but it's always like medically damaged haunted porcelain doll elf aesthetic. I don't know how to put it. She's got a really particular vibe, but she's a big like horror pinup artist in terms of how she likes things. Cheers, Izzy. For the shouty. Pilo, welcome back, man. How you been? Hello, Big Mike. Hello, Big Pilo. How you doing, the governor? What's going on your end? What's happening down your end of Vauxhall? Oh, the lamplighters, Percy. Percy Allaline's got a letter from the minister. He's cutting me out, Smiley. Looks like the circus has gone to shit. Seems that Operation Witchcraft is a closed club. Percy's got a contact. Thinks he's cleaner than clean. Graded Persil. I made a big booty walk cycle whilst listening to you. Oh, fuck yeah. Call it inspired. Oh, hell yeah. Vardis, you work at an AI company. Oh, wild. Every time I look at something AI generated without knowing that it's generated and then finding out, it makes me feel cheated. Pet videos are gone. Pet videos are now distinctly extinct. Thanks to AI. More to come. I'll DM you about cat ideas, me GameGar. Did you see my awesome ideas? Call me Izzy 2.0. I'm the greatest cat game hoe. Great White Mikey. Great White Mikey!
I'm a special kind of white guy.
Great White Mikey. Dog hydro pumps grandma and destroys the house. Does love him. Fen, so like it's still happening, Fen. Because obviously like I just watched that film and I was like, oh my god, this is like the exact opposite of James Bond. I fucking love this. And the cast is insane. And obviously, you know, I just randomly picked up the book because it was one of my, because I was like, fuck, no Kindle. So I went downstairs and it was just one of my mum's hardbacks. I was like, oh, my mum was reading Jean Le Carré. I had no idea. Like in a box. And so then I put it on the Kindle. And then just out of pure timing, the moment I started reading it and after I watched the film, Smurshpod did a fucking podcast special on it. It's their latest video. I was like, wow. And now, as well as reading it, I'm watching the original 80s BBC production with, who's the guy from Star Wars? The one who is a legitimate actor. Well, of course I know him. He's me. Alec Guinness, thank you very much. Yeah, so the OG, like it's a load of TV episodes, but they're squished together into a 4-hour mega movie on YouTube. And so like, so Alec Guinness plays Smiley in that. And that's kind of pretty much how Smiley's described in the books. But having John Hurt in the movie as Control and that actor we were literally just talking about 5 seconds ago, who always disappears into the role, because my memory sucks. He is so good as Control. He barely says a word in the first half of the entire movie. Gary Oldman, thank you very much. Gary Oldman's Control is dope. Well, a man should know when to leave the party. What about Smiley? Smiley is coming with me, darling. Just looks, just nods. What are you looking for? Treasure, darling. John Hurt is a really angry, dying old man. It is so fucking good, man. He's barely in it, and he's like, oh. Fuck. Peter Cushing. Fuck, it's Peter Cushing in the BBC one. One sec. I just need to see his face to remember. Oh, you're talking about legitimate actors. Sorry, my bad. Legitimate actors in Star Wars. You are indeed correct. Good correction. Good correction. Oh, my lovely boys. Graded whiter than white, darling. Hey, Future. How you been, man? I keep making this longer and weirder. And in the movie, it's also got have you guys seen Mission Impossible Rogue Nation? It's got that British minister who's like a bit of an asshole, who secretly, he was the guy responsible for making the Rogue Nation team in the first place. How do you know this is even the real data? The one who like wipes the drive under a newspaper. How do you know that can even be trusted? You know, he's really mean to Rebecca Ferguson, so I don't like him.
He must be a Fremen, or in with them.
Hello.
He's studying us.
Yo, Funny F, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome. Hello, Raiders. Welcome to the stream. My name's Mikey. We are chilling out and just doodling. Just before I go and have a snack and start reading Game of Thrones for an audiobook stream. Hey, Funny. Hey, Ludgako Bilaka. How you doing? I've not said that right. Funny F, thank you so much for the raid. Dude, do I know you? Are we friends? Oh, you've been in chat before. Sorry, the reason why I'm asking that is like, am I following you is the question. Thank you very much for the raid. Let me quickly check your channel. Not like, are we friends, Funny? Yes, Mikey, we've known each other for years. Tell me, Funny, will I dream? Shh, look at the sunset, Mikey. Poor Mikey. Look at the sunset go down. Yes, Funny. Oh, I've given you a cheeky follow, bro. Oh, yo, you're an illustrator who is doing gorgeous, I'm looking at a tiny screen, environment stuff? Funny, please tell me a little bit about your stream and your day. Oh, you're part of Dizzy Cower's crew. Yo, Funny, if you've got a link to anything you've been working on recently that's safe for work, or like a link to like a gallery or a Twitter or something, let us know. We'll drop you a permit. Let us know and we'll have a quick look. Also, I appreciate that sometimes at the end of the stream you're just burnt out and you want to just kind of like raid and roll. Also completely fine. Thank you very much. Thanks for popping over, bro. Yeah, let us know if you got any goods. Treasure. There's someone in at the top. Oh, yo, nice. Just don't look at the flowers, whatever you do. Look at the lovely flowers, Mikey. Yeah. Oh, dude, I can see you're very Blizzard motivated. These are gorgeous. Yo, these little... Dude, this feels like... This is... So, these little pocket environments feel like a cross between, like, texture tests and a World of Warcraft version of... Does anybody remember Polly Pocket? Where you'd buy, like, a little heart, plastic heart, but you'd then open it up and there'd be, like, a whole little environment of a little horse riding thing. And there'd be like a Mighty Max version where you'd buy like a plastic skull and you'd open it up and the eyeball and the skull would actually be like a giant monster and there'd be like a snake and little adventure stuff. Kind of reminds me a bit of your stuff and thing. Mikey, don't tell the show. Darling, I thought you were in the industry. I thought you were writing, darling. He's written a memoir. Sorry, let me just open this up. Mighty, what did I just call it? Mighty Max. What's up? Mighty, what's that fucking noise? Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. I'm on the wrong PC. Spud Ducky, think of me and I'll think of you. You know when. Does anyone remember these? This was so fucking legit. So you'd buy a head, like a monster head, and it would open up and it would be like a whole fucking little level with toys. Yo, so here's the... Sorry, for some, where my webcam is blocking the thing. So here's like the shark one. So like you'd buy... it comes as like a shark head. See this guy? But then you open it. Was this big in America at all? Or was this just in England? You'd open it and it'd be like this whole thing. So look, oh god, sorry, I just got some real desktop sizing issues going on here because it's just being a dickhead. One sec. Why is it resizing to tiny? I'm not appreciating that. Anyway, can you see? Can you see? So it's got like the teeth is like this little rocky lava area, and then the fins are actually now separate tentacle monsters. Then the back fin turns out that's like some sort of flying device, and you've got like a little Cthulhu boy, and then you've got like this techno layer. My mate had the skull one. The skull one was really fucking cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go on eBay later. No, after tax. Oh, here's the skull one. Here's the skull one. So yeah, so his eye is actually the top of like some sort of like chamber device thing. And it's got like a stairway and like this little prison with a skeleton. Anyway, what the fuck are we looking at this for? Anyway, funny. Dude, you're so even though it's not like that at all, dude, your isolated little floating World of Warcraft style texture art tests, which are gorgeous by the way, you'll clearly know your stuff. Just reminded me of these little isolated mini toy environments. I do remember them, I'm old enough. Fuck yeah. I had Micro Machines Star Wars. Star Wars did Micro Machines did the Star Wars crossover? 90s toys were something else, especially the early ones. I had a He-Man toy and there's a guy and his head was just a giant eyeball. It was the coolest fucking thing. I've never seen stuff like that before. Oh, it's so good. That's great, thank you. Oh, bro, cheers for popping over here for a hello. Hope your start of your weekend goes really nicely, dude. You learn to spot your own, don't you, Mr. Smiley? I had an old German magazine or catalogue and it had those in there. I wanted them so bad. Yeah, man, my friend had quite a lot of really cool toys. He had like the Biker Mice from Mars toys. He had some Mighty Max stuff. He had some He-Man stuff. I had some Thundercats stuff, which was pretty cool. And I also had like a really cool car from Mask that transformed into a plane. But I got an N64 before his family had a video game console. Which he was forever jealous of. But I'd always bring it round whenever I went for a sleepover. I'd bring the 64. I've got to go. Mate, have a wonderful day. Live your life. Be happy. I hope to check you out sometime, dude. Not like that. Calm down. Have a good one, bro. Cheers for the raid, man. This is my favourite. I saved up for months to get the recycling cans. Yo, let's have a look. Yo! Holy shit! Holy shit! Wait, was it Boba Fett's face when it was closed? Or is that just the box? Oh my god, damn. Oh, it's the whole fucking Cloud City setup. Oh shit! You were saving up cans to get this. Is Cloud City Bespin? Is that right? It was a Boba Fett helmet that was Bespin stroke. Oh, fuck, you're way ahead of me, mate. It was a Boba Fett helmet that was Bespin stroke Cloud City set piece. Dude, that's so cool, man. Ain't never seen none like that before. You're missing out, mate. Too much gaping. You may think gaping is the answer to everything, but it catches up with you, man. You're missing out on other important cultural artifacts. Alright, let's get... Guys, getting a bit yawny. In my remaining calories... 650, so 13. Had a muffin at the start. 14, 15, 50. 15, 50. Have I eaten anything else? Let's say 1600 because I topped one of them with pork instead of burger. Right, I can have my last muffin. I think that was my game plan. I'm going to go and eat my last muffin because they don't keep very long anyway. And that will keep me well within tolerance. So I'm going to go and do that now. I'm going to go eat a muffin, and then we're going to work out what we're up to next. Something pretty awesome, I hope. But ultimately pretty chill. How many daily calories you're at right now, Mikey? Well, my rule of thumb is don't hit 2,000. So, like, you know, 1950 if I want to. I mean, and just to be clear, like, I haven't done it yet, but if I want a cheat day, I'll have a cheat day. I'm not going to, like, kill myself over this. But I'd say on average, I'm eating closer to 16 to 1800. Something like that, I'd say. If I have an evening where I have a muffin and I have a Copperberg, then I'm right up to 1900 if I've also had 2 big meals. But I will weigh myself on Sunday. I think I'm on track for 91 kilograms, but I don't want to talk big till I know it. Which is why, everybody, I'm always so tired, don't know. And if it looks like I run out of steam really hard after about 8 o'clock, that's why. Like, my body is just like, right, time for bed, mate, because you clearly haven't eaten any food. You're clearly not taking this seriously, so go to bed. That's what my body does to me. So, I have got loads of delicious Christmas food. Brie cheese, Tuck biscuits, flaming hot Doritos. And I'm going to eat them, and I'm going to enjoy them. I might try to actually eat them in sensible portions, instead of sitting here and going full gluttony mode. We'll see. That sounds delightful. Hi. Guys, I'll Barbara. I will be right back. And we shall do some stuff. Oh my god, it's already 10:30! What went wrong? Ah, I started late. I started at like 6:30, didn't I? I just joined. Hey dude, don't worry, I'm just getting a muffin. I'll be right back. Actually, I'll get a muffin and a cup of tea. Talking about my favourite muffins, Nikki Emmy, how you doing, you gorgeous thing? I'm so pleased to see you. I'm leaving. Nothing went wrong. You arted. Aw. That's better. Ayo. Ayo. Welcome to another Mikey live stream. Welcome back, it's a Mikey stream. Say, mesote, 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 mesote. Daylight come now, me wanna go home. One muffin, blueberry. Blue Mary. Wow, looks like a bit stingy on the blueberries, mate. It's not going over the top enough for my liking, but it is very muffy linear. I promised I'd have a nap if Tamin made me tea. And Used, what's Used? UCED. Are you munching muff on stream? Yeah, welcome to my Chatterbait page. And I've just finished my tea. Ooh. Okay, Izzy, yeah, no, rest and be well, have a nap. So you don't want me to read you Game of Thrones? We're about to move over to audiobook. Are you telling me that you don't want to listen to me reading you the Song of Ice and Fire trilogy, live on stream? For review and critique and discussion for legal reasons. Guys, I've done no research. Is there a book category on Twitch? Like, is there a book reading? Otherwise, we'll go into either just chatting or talk shows and podcasts. I want tea and a muffin too. I'll get you one next time I'm down, Nikki. Okay. Right. You guys are going to help me right now with some audio quality tests. There's a category called books. There's also writing and reading. Well... Sorry, by the way, I'm not grumpy at all. I'm just saying this for fun. Well, which fucking one is it then? Is it books or is it writing and reading? But thank you for looking. Which one's got more people in it? Oh, books is an indie game. Got it, got it, got it. Okay. Izzy's correct, writing and reading. One second then. I mean, this is just a prototype. We might do it in just chatting going forward, but hey. So what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to read the first chapter of Game of Thrones so that we can talk about it. But firstly, I'm going to get a cover for my microphone